This one I do not have a printed copy, because if I did, I would be a millionaire, and then I would just like not even. It'd be in a glass case. Okay. All right, so we are playing some BX, or just B in this case, Dungeons and Dragons. The campaign is postponed for a week due to some players not being able to make it, so we decided to do a fun one-shot. I've been wanting to run this module for a long time. This is Palace of the Silver Princess. This is the orange one, which was, you know, you can Wikipedia it, but basically it was the one that they made and then they didn't distribute, or they did very briefly, and then they redid it to the green one, which was the widely distributed one. I was actually looking, the DIY RPG people, they actually did a version of this as well, where they had a bunch of different people. Everybody did a different room. I have that PDF somewhere. I couldn't find it. So we're going to go to the actual module. So you guys you've heard rumors, you know, your second level. So you've been around a bit of this land just out. It was ravaged, you know, years ago. How many years? Who knows? Maybe 50 years ago, by a dragon attack. It's kind of to the north and east, or north and west rather, of the Galantry, which is kind of the main barony, as it would be. And you know, you've heard stories. Apparently, there was a princess who lived there, and this is kind of a valley surrounded by mountains, and this valley, there was a mixture of people. There was elves and dwarves that all lived together in harmony, and the animals, and it was a very idyllic and fairy tale. And no one's exactly sure what happened, but most of the stories that you hear about it are about a large ruby, the size of an apple, that was pulled from the mines by the dwarves, and then polished and crafted by the elves and given to the princess as a gift. And she apparently had this thing. They named it the Lady's Heart, and she treasured it and kept it in the palace for all to see, until, as I mentioned, the land was ravaged by a dragon, a fire-breathing dragon. Some say the dragon still lives in the mountain ranges, so most people try to stay out of there. But of course, into that valley has been many adventurers seeking treasure. And you've heard rumors of people coming back with, sacks full of gold coins, ancient gold coins, and jewelry, and, various, gold cups and things like that were looted from either the main palace, they say, or possibly from the areas around. So you guys, grabbed a couple of pack mules, your horses, and you've been traveling now for about a week or so through the various villages and stuff, getting some rumors, talking to some locals to kind of figure out where you're going. And as we start the adventure, you have come through the mountain pass that you were able to navigate with some help from some advice from some locals that you had helped, and you kind of crest through the pass, and you can see what was likely a very large palace with walls around, and land and wooden structures that are now all basically burnt or fallen to ruin. You can see the main structure still has looks like there's 2 floors plus a tower still standing, no wall around it anymore. And it's kind of like set back into the hillside across a small valley that you would have to to go across to get there. You can see that, again, like there was probably at one time, like possibly gardens or whatever in this area, but the ground is just burnt and torn up, and for nothing, with the evil of the dragon fire, nothing ever grew back. So introduce your characters, and then we'll get you into the castle, I guess. Let's see what we got here. Let's do this, and I will say, Crystal, go ahead and tell us a little bit something about your character.
I'm playing a warrior. She is currently clad in chainmail, carrying a large shield with her. She has a sword at her side as well as a dagger. She carries a spear on her arm, and on her back sets a quiver with a short bow and some arrows in tow. She has long red hair, that she keeps braided so that it doesn't get in her way uh, while she's in combat. And as they, break through the forest or wherever they're at to get to this palace, she says, "Ah, it seems that we have arrived at our destination. Surely this is the place that others have told us about. What say you?" And she looks to the next companion, and that is Vanessa.
Excellent, excellent. Nikki, tell us about your character and what they're thinking.
Okay. You see a dark-haired young woman. She has a mace and a dagger, and she has always liked to hide in the shadows and sneak up behind people. And she's always enjoyed climbing as well. So she is a thief, and she is riding up to this place thinking, man, I bet we get some really good treasure. Don't you think, Vanessa? And she's Daphne. She's a thief.
Excellent. And last but not least, Tony, tell us about your character.
Yeah, bringing up the rear of the party, short and small stature for a dwarf, is Colin of the Stoneshine clan. But he's dressed almost regally, like he was going to be in some court or some manner of thing that's going on with political intrigue or something, as he's dressed in his fine leather armor and a shield strapped to his back. But he's standing there. He's got his beard braided. It's almost naturally gray, even though you can tell he's probably a younger age dwarf, but it's naturally gray hair and beard is braided very fine. And he's standing there looking at the overall entrance and the things of thinking that they found a location. And he mutters under his own breath, I hope we find this gem. It was made by the dwarves. I really want to see the fine craftsmanship from it. As he steps up and walks around Daphne and Vanessa, and he points and he goes, let's go. What are we waiting for? That is Colin Stoneshine, the dwarf.
Excellent. Yeah, it's like later in the afternoon, and you think you could probably get some exploration in, a few hours of exploration in anyways before the night falls. You maybe let your horses, to graze in a bit of a field where there is parts of grass over here. Shoulder your equipment and head towards the ruins. You can see that there is basically a drawbridge that is down. It crosses a moat that is now kind of overgrown with weeds, and you look down into it. There's no real water in there. It's maybe muddy ground. And the drawbridge seems to be in decent condition as you kind of step across it, and you're looking into you're looking south into a kind of a wide hallway, about 30 foot wide, by about maybe 60 or 70 feet long. About 10 or so feet in, maybe a little bit deeper, like kind of just after the drawbridge. There's a very large portcullis. It's like 30 foot across. It's pulled about, halfway up. So even, somebody that's like maybe 5.5 feet tall. So probably the humans, maybe you might have to crouch a little bit if you're a little bit on the taller side. You could easily step under it. It seems to be rusted in place. You can see down this long hallway past the portcullis, which is clearly like the entranceway. It looks like there's 2 more hallways heading south. So essentially you're in it's a 30-foot hallway. It goes down, and then there's like 2 10-foot hallways, one on each side. That continue south, and you can see that those hallways also seem to be blocked with smaller portcullises. Those are down. So which would you like to do?
And so there's like 3 of them, you said?
Yeah, so essentially where you're standing, like kind of right in front of you, there's a big one, but it's open. You can walk right under it if you'd like. If you walk to the end of this room, where basically it breaks into 2 hallways, there's one blocking each of those hallways, from what you can see. On the outside. There's no daylight coming through that you can see about that far in. I mean, you realize that As you get deeper in, you're probably going to need torches or lanterns or whatever, but right now you can see with the daylight.
Vanessa will step up to the portcullis. I'm gonna say the one on like the left, and she'll say, perhaps I can attempt to lift this, and you can get underneath while I do so.
Okay. So you're going to walk down through the hallway down to the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody following?
I would follow, but I would keep to the wall, not just stride down the hallway.
What did you say about light, Daniel? Is it light or dark?
Yeah. Right here, it's light. There's enough light kind of coming in from outside because it's the middle of the day. But you can see as you approach these like longer corridors that they're dark. Yeah. You're standing in the light right now. Once you pass through these portcullis, you won't be able to go much further before it starts to get more. Maybe it would be impeding for everybody else, not for you, clearly, because you have infravision. But right now, while you're standing in the daylight, it's affected, obviously, so you can't really see.
Yeah, I mean, Colin will follow behind Vanessa and them until she decides that she cannot see anymore and see if she's going to light a torch and carry on or what she's going to do. So he'll just kind of follow behind them.
Okay. Yeah. So you get to the one on the left then, and you say that. You can see this thing is pretty rusty and it looks pretty heavy. You could certainly attempt to lift it, but you think it'll probably take more than one of you to lift this up.
What do you think, Colin? You and I lift this while Daphne looks for a switch on the other side?
Well, I can lift it as much as I can. Not quite as tall as you are, but yes, I can definitely have the strength, I think, to help you do it.
Daphne's a thin girl. She can wire her way under there.
Oh yes, just a little bit, and then I can slither my way through. Oh God, I can't believe I said slither.
And yeah, Vanessa will step up. She'll set her spear against the wall and probably like shoulders her shield as she gets ready to try and lift this portcullis a little bit.
Okay, excellent. You put your stuff down, you're getting ready, and you actually everybody hears this pretty loudly coming from down the corridor, kind of echoey, so it's kind of hard to say exactly where it's coming from. You hear what sounds to be kind of like a piercing scream, like somebody in pain, but it's pretty short. So it's hard to identify if it was like a male, female, person, child, whatever. You basically just hear ah, and then it's gone.
Sounds like there are adventurers already inside. You might want to be careful.
Did you see any footprints there coming in, Daphne?
Did I?
No, not really. It's you kind of, as you're kind of looking around, you can see that there's a dirt buildup, but there's not like any like distinct footprints because the dirt's not that heavy, and you can actually feel a breeze coming through because everything's wide open here.
No footprints, Colin.
Well, let's hope it's not a ghost or something down there then.
What's your strength, Colin?
Mine's 17.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, yeah. So the two of you can definitely lift it. You kind of brace yourselves, and I mean it's not easy, and definitely one of you could not have done it. But between the two of you, you lift it up, and you can actually tell that as you're lifting it, it's probably got some kind of chain mechanism that's probably in the walls. Maybe it's controlled from upstairs or something because you don't see anything directly around it. And what you see, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me retcon a bit. There's actually two, now that you walk down here, because you wouldn't have seen this until you walk down here, and that's why I didn't say it initially. There's actually two portcullises here. They're kind of in a L shape. So essentially you kind of come down to the end here, and if there was nothing blocking your way, you could go left or you could go straight. But you can tell though that if you go straight, it just dead ends. So you're basically lifting the one to the left. And you are able to lift it. Actually, as you lift it up, it kind of like it's like, and kind of like you can tell that like it's locking in place. It's kind of moving up. Actually, roll a d4, Crystal.
Okay. 3.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you kind of pull it up to like, maybe if the dwarf's about 4 feet tall, whatever, you lift it up to maybe as far as you can, maybe your shoulders or just to the top of your head. And you can tell that it's staying.
So
So
I,
you
so
can
I
get
don't
that.
have. We can all go. I don't have to crawl on my belly.
Yes. So it seems so. I'll go ahead and lead the way for us. And Vanessa's gonna push her spear like through the portcullis, like just so it's like on the other side. And she's gonna go ahead and take out her lantern and light it up. And
Okay.
then when she crawls through, she like gets up, she's gonna have like she's gonna like bring her shield up first. All right, and I mean she's gonna grab the lantern, and with her shield hand, she's gonna have the lantern, and then she's gonna pick the spear up with her spear hand. Gosh, that was so complicated to get out.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that. That's good. So yeah, you with the lantern lit and you kind of stepping through, you can see that it's only about a 10-foot platform here, and then there's stairs that drop down into the darkness. And of course, you can shine
Is
your
there a
light down.
way to put a spike the portcullis where it won't fall or something, or probably not?
Uh, you would have to put something like relatively tall so it wouldn't drop because there's no. Well, I mean, you could try. Sure, I'll say you can give it a shot. You're a dwarf. I mean, have you got a spike
Yeah,
or something?
spike and a hammer.
Yeah, I would say because you're a dwarf, you can do that. You can spike it into the side of the wall. It should be fine.
Yep, he'll do that just so it doesn't completely fall down while they go on past.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and roll a d6.
A 4.
Okay. Yeah, you spike it in, and everybody gets through. And you're kind of looking down this corridor, and actually, like 10 seconds after you all get through, it drops a bit, and it hits your spike, and you can see that the spike now bends, and it's probably eventually going to fall shut, but certainly it may have fallen on one of you if you hadn't done that. So you've delayed it at the very least.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, you see a hallway going downstairs.
Good thinking with that spike, Colin.
Well, these old mechanisms, they don't always stay like they haven't been used in years.
Well, they weren't made by the dwarfs.
Might have been. So yeah, do you guys want to go down the corridor? And if so, who's going first? And they want to do that.
Vanessa will lead the way. She has the unless Colin wants to, because she has the lantern. She doesn't want to mess with Colin's vision.
No, he'll stay in the back. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. With the less armored. Well, you're a thief. It's pretty obvious. So the thief in the middle. That's
Yes.
cool. Yeah, well, I mean, you, obviously, clearly looking ahead of you, your infravision will be messed up because of the lantern. But of course, if you turn around to look behind you, you'll be able to see. So that's probably a good position for you, actually. You travel down the stairs. They go down maybe like about 20 feet or so. You're heading, by the way, east. I'm going to start using directions to make it easier. You head down about 20 feet and you reach basically an intersection. You could continue going straight, which would put you down more stairs, or you could make a right, which would put you south. So you could keep going east or you could go south. East is downstairs.
If she holds the lantern, and can we feel anything like air movement coming from the right, or smell anything interesting? Anything?
Let's see. You feel a bit of moisture in the air. Actually, you can, maybe you touch the wall. You can feel that now that you're aware of it, you kind of maybe reach up on the stairs you just came down. They're also a little bit damp, but they're more damp going down the stairs which would be straight to the east. To the right, less so. So it feels like there's something maybe damp going, if you keep going down, basically.
Okay. What do you think, Colin?
Well, I don't know. If you're going down in the damp, wet stuff, there may be critters in there waiting on us. What do you think, Vanessa? I say we go the area this other way.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah, and also I'll give you one more piece of information. Sorry, just because you would be able to see it. But just at the edge of your lantern light to the south, which would be to the right, you can see the hallway keeps going, but on the east wall there's a door.
well, there's a door over here as well. Let's go check that area out and make sure that no one is going to be following behind us.
How far is the door from where we're at?
It's about 30 feet long. So it's just at the edge of the lantern light.
Yeah, Colin would agree. He'd say, "Oh, yeah, that's probably best to at least go that far to check it."
Yeah, you can tell that if you were to continue east where the stairs were, that goes down way beyond the lantern light. So yeah. Sure. Yeah. So you move down towards the door. And when you do, by the time you get to the door, your lantern exposes more further to the south. And you can see that about 20 more feet past the door, there's a T intersection. So you can go east-west. But where you're standing in front of this door, it's a nice kind of solid wooden door. It definitely, when you're first looking at it, but then as you kind of like maybe touch it, you can feel that the wood itself almost has that kind of like soft feel, like it's got a rot going through it. So it's quite old, but it's not like sometimes old wood gets very dry. This is like very kind of like soft and the most mushy. Like you think if you took it like an axe to it, you could easily punch through the door because it's pretty deteriorated, but it is closed.
Is it locked?
It is not locked. No. There's like a handle on it. You could push it open. There's not even a lock on it actually. It's just a handle.
Do you want to hand me the lantern, Vanessa, if you wanted to go in first, or did you want me to go in first and sneak around if I can?
Well, maybe you should go, Daphne. I mean,
I'm
she's
sorry.
thinking about-
I was talking. I thought I was unmuted. I'm
So
sorry.
which would you prefer? Would you like to hand me the lantern and you go first, or I will try, if I want, I can try to.
Yeah, if you want to tiptoe in, that's fine by me. Be my guest.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you open up the door and you're immediately kind of taken back by this kind of smell of like very swampy smell. And as the lantern light kind of shines in there, you can see that this is a pretty small room. It's like about maybe 20-foot square. Most of the walls seem to have chunks of them like fallen and collapsed. They are, you see all over the walls for the most part, and some on the floor too, kind of especially in the corners where there's like piles of rock piled up. You can see that there's lots of like kind of moss in here, and it's got like an odd purple color to it. It's almost hard to breathe when you open the door. It just becomes like the smell is just like oof, like you don't immediately see anything moving, like any monsters or anything, or any treasure, because pretty much everything in here is covered in moss. So whether or not there's things under these like piles in the corner would be hard to say without further investigation. But when you just first look in there, what you mostly see is a small room, kind of piles of things covered in this like purple moss. So what do you want to do?
I'll look back at Colin and I'll say, dwarves are ground dwellers, right? Underground a lot. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yeah, if Colin looks in there, can he recognize maybe the?
Yeah, you can make a d20 roll. Try to roll under your. Sorry.
Oh, you broke up, Daniel, under my what score?
Wisdom. Let's try
Wisdom. Okay.
That sounds great.
Nope, that's a fail.
Yeah, no. I mean, you're not sure. You've definitely seen, various types of molds and fungus, but it's not your specialty.
Yeah, Colin would look at Daphne and go, "Well, I don't know what this is. I don't like the smell in here, and this stuff is covered up everywhere. I don't think we should venture off on into this room. I just don't. I don't know. I don't like the smell of it."
No, I don't. I agree, and I'm actually finding it harder to breathe in here, so perhaps we should try a different way.
Hey Daniel, out of character, real quick. How big was that room, and like, where's the door at?
It's 20-foot square. The door is in the southwest corner.
All right. Okay.
This map starts on the top of the page for some reason. It's backwards.
Okay. I'm making a rough. I'm making my own rough map. So.
Yeah, that's probably why they came out with the green version, is because the map's upside down. Everybody in D&D should know that you always start at the bottom of the page. It starts at the top of the page.
All right. Well, further on ahead, there's a split in the hall. Would you two prefer to go there rather than down those long stairs?
Yeah, let's continue that way. I think that would be best for now, don't you?
Yes, because it smelled and felt even wetter down the stairs. Perhaps we'll encounter more of this mold if we go that way. So towards the hallway, if we should go that way.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys just gonna walk down the hall, leave that the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll shut the door.
I guess shut the door.
I am.
Okay. Good. Make a saving throw versus stealth.
Okay.
For shutting the door. Nice.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, you go to shut the door. I mean, because you open the door, you were basically had the most exposure to it. So you turn back and reach over there, and you guys just see her drop. What do you want to do? She kind of falls half in the room.
We don't hear anything or like anything grabbed her. I mean, we just see her standing there, and all of a sudden she just drops to the ground.
That is correct.
Colin is going to reach and grab Daphne and pull her back and yell at Vanessa to close the door. Like he pulls her back out where they are.
Yeah. Vanessa's gonna like. You said there were like holes and stuff in this door.
No, it's just like rotted. I said you could easily punch a hole in the door because it's so weak, but the door's solid.
Can she like grab the handle with her spear and use that to close the door?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
That's what she's gonna do then.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you probably have to because the spear. You probably have to jam the spear through the rotted wood and then pull it back.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can do that. Just because. Roll a d6. Then don't get a 1.
Okay. Don't tell me what to do, Daniel.
Just get a 1.
Yeah.
Make a saving throw versus else. You drive the spear, maybe thinking the door is more solid than it is. It goes in way too far. And trying to correct yourself, you lean into the room just as the body's being dragged under you, and you take a whiff of this like stench and all the air leak. It's not safe.
Save versus spells, right? Oh, I made it on the dot. 16.
Okay, yeah. You feel just like lightheaded, but then you pull the door back, and you're probably like catching your breath, leaning against the wall as Colin drags Daphne away.
Oh, I can tell while she passed out. That's a powerful stench.
Yeah, with a couple minutes or like the little water splashed on Daphne's face or whatever, you're able to revive her. She was just basically unconscious.
Oh. Sorry, guys. I guess I have a mold allergy I was not aware of.
Well, here, have some of these. This get you woke up, and he'll hand you like a small pouch of cherries that he carries around.
Oh, well, thank you, Colin.
No
Most gentlemanly. Sorry.
No need to feel bad, Daphne. That stench almost knocked me out.
Well, let's keep an eye out for more purple mold in the future, shall we?
Indeed.
Yes, you guys move forward to that T section. So you're heading south. The T goes east-west. You can see that towards the east, it's actually stairs going down. To the west is a straight corridor. You can't quite see an end to it with the lantern light.
Okay, so it's the east-west, and you can't either way, we can't see an end to it.
Yeah, you can see that the east goes downstairs at least 30 feet, and then goes further. And the lantern only goes about 30 feet. So, yeah, you can't see the end of that. And then to the west, you see a hallway that goes more than 30 feet. So you can't see the end of that or any kind of break.
More stairs. And more hallway. What do you think, Colin? Are you still not comfortable with going downstairs?
Do we get the mold and mildew smell from downstairs here too? Pretty
Let's
much.
Let's check just to be sure, but I would say it's damp down there for sure. Yeah. Yeah, you get like a sense of like so it's damp down there, yeah.
Yeah, Colin will tell Vanessa, well, why don't we stay up here and go through the, well, let's do the easy parts first, gal.
Thought you dwarves liked being underground.
Well, I'm worried about it being full of that purple moss stuff that we just got into, and if it puts us all to sleep, we may never wake up again.
True. All right. Let us continue to the east then.
To the west.
East? West, okay. I
West
gotta
if you want.
change my stairs.
Also, I would say too, that just so you know, just mechanically, like if you were to just like step like out of the hallway for a minute and let Colin's eyes adjust, you could probably see down to the east, because you could step out of the way. I guess.
Okay. All right.
So
Yeah. If I know.
his vision's actually 60 feet, so
Okay.
You could do that if you want.
Yeah, if I know that, then I'll suggest it. Like, hey, how about I step out of the way, and you can see down the west, maybe to the east, and see like maybe what's down there.
Oh yeah, and he would step up there and adjust before he could see.
Yeah, so you would step back into the hallway. Basically, you got at least whoever has the lantern could step back up into the hallway towards where that door was that you closed. I mean, it's safe up there. And then, Colin, your eyes adjust and you can see down to the west. The corridor goes about 50 feet and then it seems to dead end. To the east, it goes down the stairs about 35, 40 feet. And then it looks like it opens up into a chamber that has some, and you can sense, of course, it's infrared, so you can't see color or whatever, but you can see that there's some kind of water down there, like a small pool or something. It is like a small chamber with a pool of water, essentially. You don't sense any moving creatures, like you don't see anything walking.
But on
around
the
there.
other one, it just appears it goes 50 feet, just dead ends into a wall. Then.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, Colin's going to say, well, let's go down this corridor. It appears to be about 50 feet down and just dead ends. There may be maybe some kind of hidden door down there or something we could look for.
All right.
Does anyone have a small sack? We can make a hood for the lantern. Help us out in the future.
Oh, yeah, I have one. You can have it.
Nice. All right. Thank you. And she'll take the small sack and basically fit it over the lantern and make like a hood out of it. She has a dagger as well, so she could like cut it up if she needs to.
Okay. So you're gonna drape a piece of cloth over our lantern.
I mean,
How
do you say it like that?
Well, I mean, you realize that a hooded lantern is metal. They're metal slides that move. It's not cloth.
Yeah.
I mean, you could drape it over it. I think if you leave it on for any extended period of time, you are likely to burn the.
Catch it on fire.
Yeah, and I think you're probably smart enough to know that.
All right. Well, never mind.
All right.
I mean, you can do it briefly. I'm just saying that if you do it for more than like a round, you're probably gonna have a chance of lighting it up. But in any case, yeah, you walk to the edge and you can look. Everybody's gonna look around for any secret doors or whatever.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Actually, Vanessa. Vanessa, right? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you guys are all kind of looking around to the three different walls that are in front of you. You know, you've got a west wall, a north wall, and south wall. Vanessa, you're looking at the south wall, and you're kind of feeling around, looking for maybe a latch or something, and you can actually see distinctly that there's kind of the shape of what would look like maybe possibly a very narrow door. There's no handle or anything, but as you're kind of pressing on it, the wall itself starts to like turn. So you know you can see that it looks like it would open up into a skinny hallway, well, the skinny doorway into a hallway. And of course you have a lantern, so you can see down that in fact it does do that.
Colin, Daphne, over here. I found a secret of some kind.
Yeah.
You
You
should.
guys are all gathered in one spot. You're like over here, they all turn.
Well done, Vanessa. Colin, can you see anything down this hallway since you have the?
Yeah, he'll move
She'll
up there and
say.
look down the one where Vanessa shows him.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Vanessa can step back. It takes you a second in your eyes adjust. What you see is only about 20 foot long. Well, it's like the wall opens, so it's a very narrow passageway. So it's like maybe like a little bit less than like 3 or 4 feet. So you'd have to go through sideways probably. But it opens up into a normal width corridor of about 10 feet wide. It's about 20 feet long to the south, and then it turns, it ends, and then it turns to the what would be your left, which is the east. So it goes south for 20 feet, then it goes to the east.
Yeah, it appears that we can go down a little bit and it's going to turn. I say we do go down here. We don't, what about the smell of the mold and mildew and wetness? It's not really damp and wet here.
Nope. Smells dry in here.
Yeah,
I
let's go
agree.
this way.
Yes, where better to hide a special gem than down a secret door?
Great. And yeah, Vanessa will lead the way, torch in hand, or
Yeah, you
lantern
guys
in
all
hand.
start making your way, as you're kind of creeping through. And as you do, let's see, you kind of hear, like, so you're not surprised by it, you hear some footsteps, and then coming from basically around that corner that you can't quite see. So you know that like your lantern is lighting up the hallway in front of you. So clearly whoever's down that corridor can tell somebody's coming. And you actually hear them kind of like stop. Like you hear some footsteps and then you hear the footsteps stop. So you don't see what's there, but you can tell that it's multiple footsteps and that they stopped.
And we all hear this?
I'm gonna say only you were coming through the door. So you were probably the one who heard it.
All right. So Vanessa will like push her spear forward and kind of take a battle stance. And I think like if they know Vanessa, they'll know, she probably heard something. And she's gonna kind of like push her lamp out in front of her as best she can to like get as much light as possible in that direction.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of straddle the narrow secret door with your spear pointed into the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay. You wait a few seconds, breathless seconds to see what happens, and then you hear the footsteps moving again, and you hear a door open and then close. And then you maybe wait another few seconds. You don't hear anything else. It sounds quiet.
It sounds like someone opened a door down the hallway.
Well, I guess we need to go to them then because they probably know we're here.
Yes, they likely saw our light. It must be a creature which can see in the dark if no light is shown to support it.
Was a creature smart enough to know to get behind a door?
And you may be right. There may be another party of adventurers here somewhere.
Vanessa will lead the way, going down the hallway. She's keeping her spear kind of like, ready to jab if need be, and holding her lantern high.
Okay. You can do that. Yeah, you start to come around the corner. And you actually see it. So you come down to 20 feet and then you turn, you look down, maybe you kind of creep around and look around the corner, see what's down there. You can see that this corridor looks partially collapsed, although not dry, not wet, I should say, like the other area you see. It's about 40 feet long. And at the end on the southern wall is a door, and that door is closed. In between you and the door is kind of like some stone that's fallen, some rubble and stuff, but it should be relatively easy to get through in single file. You don't see anything moving in the hallway currently, but of course you heard them go through the door. No, you wouldn't see that.
Yeah, there's a door at the end. Let's continue.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys start to make your way. Everybody roll a d6.
2.
1.
Sorry. 3.
All right, so you walk right past him, Vanessa. You walk right past, the others are following you, but Daphne, you look just as Vanessa passes, you see an odd shadow that didn't come from her, and 3 very small creatures, probably about 3 foot tall, maybe a little bit shorter, with ugly, rusty daggers and swords step out. There's 3 of them. They step out like they're to basically to separate you guys, because they step out and face you, Daphne, and the door opens and some more jump in the hallway in front of Vanessa. So
Okay.
yeah, they are your second level, and you have a dwarf. Everybody can roll. Well, actually, you probably don't know what they are. I'm gonna say you don't know what they are. They're about that big. Their faces are kind of almost canine, and they're covered in these like blotchy brown and green and kind of rusty looking scaly scales on their chests and their arms, and they've got like leather armor on. So they're clearly like an intelligent race, because they have armor and weapons. So what does everybody want to do?
So with me being at the back, it's going to be hard for me. If it being there, it's going to be hard to get past Daphne, right, or attack with Daphne or whatever.
You could climb up over some of the rocks, for sure. Yeah, it wouldn't be too difficult. It would slow you down, but I think with your movement, because the space is so small, you could get there and attack if you wanted to.
Yeah, Colin had his short sword and shield, so that's what he's going to do, is just try to get around, to take on some of those that have come out and blocked him and Daphne.
Okay, what's Daphne gonna do?
They're right in front of me, so
Yep.
I'm going to splat whack-a-mole with my mace.
Nice. And what about Vanessa? You got some behind you and some in front of you.
Could I set my lantern down and grab my shield real fast?
Sure. I mean, you'll have to take a round to armor shield for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so let me just see what their disposition is at this moment. Oh, wow. Okay, snake eyes. Yeah, they're attacking. So let's roll initiative. Crystal, you're surrounded, so I'll have you roll.
Okay, sounds good. Batal. 6.
Ah, nice. They got a 4. You go first. So there's 3 behind you clearly, and there are you see at least 3 coming through the door. There might be more. You hear chattering. So everybody's doing melee, right? So just to make it easy for me, I'm just simply going to go in the order that I have it on my screen here, which is Vanessa. You go first. So you got 6 total that you could attack, 3 in front of you and 3 behind you.
Vanessa's just setting her the lantern down.
Yeah.
She's gonna try and set it against the wall or something, so hopefully it doesn't get knocked over. And then she'll pull her shield from her shoulder and just have her spear up for now, getting ready for these things to attack her.
Right. Yeah. So you put down the lantern. You go to grab your shield as these things are kind of pouring through the door. Behind you, you hear some shuffling, and Daphne, you're the closest to the ones near you.
Okay. I will hit one that's in front of me.
Okay.
They are directly in front of me, right there. I don't have to.
They are basically directly in front of you.
Okay. Ooh, nat 20.
Whoa, that hits.
Nice.
Good way to start.
Oh, mace. What's the damage on a mace?
D6.
D6.
D6. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
+1.
Yep, and it's +1, and plus any bonus of the other one.
So 6 points of damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that definitely kills one.
Splat.
Yeah, you splat one of those things. It just goes down like a sack of potatoes. And Colin.
Yep, he'll try to skewer one with his little sword. And that's going to hit armor class 4
That hits.
for 5 points of damage.
That also kills one.
Wow.
Nice. You guys are slaughtering. All right, that's good. They're gonna go. Okay, so you put the lantern down. One of the one that came out the door grabs the lantern and runs back into the room and closes the door. The rest of them can all see in the dark, so they're going to attack. 2 of them are going to attack Vanessa. First one gets a 19 on the die. I'm sure that's going to hit you. And it doesn't. Ooh, 4 points of damage. I guess in the dark, they're good at stabbing. And then a 12. A 12 hits. AC 8. So that misses you. So one hits you very solidly for 4 points, and the other one misses by a mile. There's only one more between. It could go after either Daphne or Colin. So I'm just going to roll d6 here to see which one. Daphne will be even. Odd, so it's going after Colin. Mostly because it's closer to you, because it's not stupid. It would probably go after the thief. It misses by a mile, though. Okay, so you're in the dark now. The only person that can actually see is Colin. The door's closed. You know that you can hear these things moving around. Colin, you can see one in front of you, and of course you can see 2 more in front of Vanessa. So what's everybody going to do? Vanessa, what's your plan?
Blindly.
Okay. You can just stab down at the ground. Fair enough. How about Daphne?
If she can't see at all, right?
Yeah. I mean, you're not technically blind, so I'll let you attack, but you're going to be -4.
Okay.
And if you miss terribly, you're going to hit Vanessa because she's right in front of you, and vice versa by Vanessa. Especially as you, well, actually, you're attacking the other direction, so you want to.
Yeah, I will attack blindly.
Okay. How about Colin?
Yeah, Colin's going to, seeing Daphne get ready to do that, Colin yells out, I can still see it. Just stand still. I got him. And he's going to attack the one that's between you with him and Daphne.
Okay. All right. Let's roll initiative. Crystal. 4.
My D6 3.
Okay, they're going to go first. Okay. Colin, you see, because of course, actually everybody probably sees for a second because the door opens again. And the 2 that were in front of Vanessa run through the door. The reason why everybody kind of sees this is because there's a very, very, very faint red glow. So the door kind of like, whoosh, and you just see like this hint of red. And then the door, you might probably hear the door to it slam shut. However, the one that's in between you guys, there's no way it's getting away. So it's just going to try to, actually, you know what? It's going to try to run past you, Vanessa. So I will actually allow you to try to hit it. Because it's running past you. It's not, because it needs to go through your space. So, but I'm going to give you a -4 for sure. But you can try to swing at it as it runs past
But I still get my bonuses for like strength, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
You know.
No, I don't hit it.
All right, yeah. This thing runs also like it basically they all scatter for the door, and it kind of dives in just as the door is opening up. So you're now in the hallway in the dark, and the door's closed. But
Colin's going to yell at Vanessa to be still, and he's going to take off and move through her space up to the door and try to see if he can pull the door open.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the door is not doesn't have a lock on it. Yeah,
Because
there's no lock on the door.
he's thinking, if he can jerk the door open, then that way Vanessa and Daphne can see to come on up.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can do that. You actually can run up and pull the door open, and when you do, you see into the room, and you can see that there are how many are left? There's 7 of these things in here. You can see that they have the lantern. They put it out, of course. They're kind of standing near the center of the room, and on this like small pedestal is a gem. It's kind of like glowing, almost pulsating red, and they're kind of staring at it. And then when you open the door and they see you, and they see that you're a dwarf, and maybe they understand what a dwarf is, they like immediately turn towards you to defend themselves. So yeah, there is enough light in
Are
here.
they coming at me aggressively, or they're just kind of like standing in aggressive stance?
They're standing in an aggressive stance. You think that they'll probably charge you because now you've got them cornered, because you're actually looking into a room that is about 20 foot square, and you don't see any other ways out. So you can see that they turn towards you. At first they're startled, and then they like draw their weapons, like, you know, you're blocking their way. They're either gonna cut their way through you or fight you in this room. You know, it's a little unclear, but they don't seem, actually, let me roll morale for them. They did this too. Yeah, no, they still seem to be. Oh no, actually no. They look at you, and you can see by looking at them that they're like shaking, like they look like afraid because you killed 2 of them so easily.
Yeah, can Colin try to say something to them in common just to see if they would understand?
Yeah. We'll say
Yeah,
something.
Colin's going to yell out at them and go, listen here, you little buggers. We done took 2 of you out pretty quick, and that was pretty sneaky taking that lantern, but you just sneak on out of this room and let my friends and I come in here, and there won't be any trouble between us.
Okay. Yeah, they don't speak a common tongue, but they get the gist of it. And you see them start to move, like they kind of go along the wall with their weapons still kind of pointed at you. If you give them room to get out the door, then they'll kind of squeeze past.
Yeah, I'm going to motion, for Vanessa and Daphne to come on in behind me. We'll kind of slink across the other side of the wall away from
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, so you guys are all like pointing weapons at each other. They do leave. Yeah, they take the lantern unless you say something to one of them.
Oh
has
no!
it.
If they try to take the lantern, I would grab it or something.
Okay, yeah, they're scared. So if you try to grab the lantern, then the one who has it like lets go of it and like runs. But it is out. So I mean, you can see a little bit, but you hear them move down the corridor as they go past you, and you're in this room, and they're outside in the hallway, or they're leaving. I guess you can hear them walking away.
Colin will look back towards Vanessa and Daphne. Go, well, are you 2 okay for right now? And look at what's shining in the middle of the room.
Oh yes, I see it.
Yeah, just gotta
Okay.
learn to never ever set my lantern down. Apparently.
Well, I don't know what those little buggers were, but they were pretty crafty at doing that, taking your lantern.
Yep.
Well, if they like shiny things, that doesn't surprise me. Maybe they're like magpies, in that way.
And so
Well,
many.
Daphne, I'm not the wisest one here probably, but I'll tell you this is kind of your specialty, isn't it? To look around and make sure there's nothing trapping that gem there. I mean, there may be something that, maybe you should look around and see.
Yes, I was just about to do that, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to go up to the gem, but I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to examine the pedestal that it's on and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can do that. Sure. Did you take that as your ability or no?
I took a find traps.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, so you're looking around. It doesn't appear that there's nothing like no wires and no pressure plates. It looks like it's pretty simple pedestal. But you look above, there's no like something that's going to fall on your head. It looks pretty clear. I should say too, by the way, Tony, I just realized the dwarves speak the language of the creature that you just encountered, so you would know what it was. It was a kobold, or they were kobolds, I should say. And so you could have said it in their language. I didn't realize that you automatically speak that language.
Yeah, I didn't realize it either. I would have done that.
Yeah. I knew you spoke goblin, but I was like, hold on, let me see. So I should look. But anyways, so if you encounter any more, I'll let you know it's what they're. Yeah, it looked clear of traps.
It looks clear of traps.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will reach out.
Stop! Colin
Yeah.
stops you, and he's going to walk up there. And can he like look at the gem, just like observe it by looking at it close to see if he would think it's might find craftsmanship from a dwarf or something just by looking at it?
Yeah, you can do that. So you're looking at the gem. It does not appear to be the gem that you're looking for per se. I mean, it looks like it looks like it actually, what you're looking for is like a sapphire. And this is not that. It's pulsating with light, which of course makes likely magical. But it's definitely not the thing you're looking for. This almost looks like it's just a very good quality, like a glass. It's glass, basically.
Yeah, Colin will kind of put his head down and shake it and look at Daphne and go, well, there's nothing wrong with this thing here, but this is not the one we're looking for. So go ahead and take it if you want it, and maybe to help you with some properties or something, but it's we're going to have to keep looking.
All right, I'm not actually going to touch it. I would take that small sack that I got back from Vanessa and like try to scoop it into that without actually touching it.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna like,
Yep.
all right, fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
mean, are you gonna do it like a dog poop way and like put it over the top and grab it? Or are you gonna like scoop it in? Are you gonna?
I was thinking more like, yeah, putting it, like taking it in both hands, and like trying to just put it behind it and scoop it in, like without
Okay,
it's not
just roll a d20 under your dex just to make sure that you don't actually touch it.
Okay.
Because if that's what you're trying to do is not touch it, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, because you don't know. It's glowing,
Yeah.
Yep, a 7 under 16.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah. Your hands don't go anywhere near it. You swoop and it just drops to the bottom of the bag, and now you've got a pulsating red glass gem kind of thing in your bag.
Okay.
Is it pulsating through the bag? We can still see it pulsating and glowing?
Yeah. No. Well, if you haven't relit the lantern, you probably can a little bit because it's so dark in here. But yeah, you think that like you wouldn't normally see it pulsating through. Like if your eyes were like outside, you wouldn't see it. It's not that bright.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more
So
like
put
it's
it
so
in
dark.
So if I put it in the backpack, it's not like going to give us away.
That's right. Not unless you're in absolute dark. In fact, if you put it in a backpack as well, it should be, yeah, you wouldn't see anything through it.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
I mean, yeah, I'm assuming you're relighting the lantern too at this point, because otherwise you'll be in the dark. Is that true?
I mean, Vanessa will if she can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while she's doing that, Colin wants to look around the walls, and he's going to search for like more secret doors or passages.
Yeah, you spend some time looking around while this is going on. It doesn't seem to be any other way out of here. This room seems to be and clearly they didn't think there was a way out because they didn't try to run through it.
Only there were a more convenient way to carry these lamps, like a clip to your belt or something.
Maybe a good dwarf will invent that one day.
Perhaps.
In this pedestal, it doesn't have any kind of writings or nothing on it? Or
Nope.
Just a plain pedestal.
It's absolutely plain. There's no writing in this room. There's no there's nothing. The room actually looks like it's just absolutely blank, except for this small pedestal, with this gemstone on it.
Well, I guess we go back. Go the other way, huh?
Yeah.
Don't see any other way to go. If you didn't find a secret door or anything, boy, I hope this isn't a cursed gem.
No, I think the curse was me putting down my lantern like an idiot.
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself.
I don't think those little boogers will fool with us anymore. I think I put the fear into them.
All right.
Yeah. So you head back out into that you come north through the door. You head west
Well,
to.
oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, I wanted to say, roll like, okay, so, all right, never mind. I'm just looking at a map, but maybe what I've drawn isn't like depicted as accurately. Like, so I was thinking maybe there could be possibly a secret room on like the north side of the west wall. But I mean, I may not have drawn the map right. So
The north side of the you mean the corridor that you came through, the opposite the secret door that you came through, you're saying?
no, like the room we're in that has the gym and that the creatures were hiding in.
Yeah.
Like up on the like basically north of the door we came in. It looks
Well, the
like
door, I'm sorry, the door is on the southern wall. So, I see
Oh.
what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, in this room, the northeast corner is the door. So if there was a northwest corner secret door, it would just lead to the exact same place. If that's what you're saying. If you're saying
Okay, I
the
think I drew
corridor
this wrong.
outside, you could check out there for secret doors.
No,
Are you saying in the room or in the corridor?
No, it's fine. I mean, I think I just drew the map wrong.
All right, yeah, that happens. That's part of this the fun of mapping. So yeah, you come. This door is to the south of this hallway. So you come north through this door, and then you head back down to the west, where you would then turn north again and go about 20 feet to the secret door that you came through. That's basically how you get out of here. Colin, roll actually, everybody can roll. Everybody roll a d6.
D6.
Well,
6.
6.
another 6, you guys are in trouble.
Sorry. 1.
1, okay. Yeah, so you're coming to the end of this corridor. You're probably like looking at your map, like, okay, something's not right here. And you look to the south, and this is actually, you come north out of the door, and you go west, and then you're supposed to turn north to go back to where you came from. And on that southern wall, you look, and you actually see that the creatures, you would imagine, left another secret door open there. So there's another secret door to the south. If you want.
Look at here, everyone. It looks like those critters know all the secrets of this place.
Maybe they have
do.
another gem. Oh, sorry, Colin.
No, go ahead, Daphne. No.
I was just saying maybe they have another gem that they're hiding.
Well, maybe if we put the fear into them, they're going to kind of help us out a little bit and show us some ways to go.
Let's go.
Okay, yeah, if you can push this door open, it's similar to the other secret door where it's very narrow. So you kind of push it and the wall slides over. And as you shine the lantern in, you can see there's about a 10-foot platform, and then it drops down into stairs. So you'll be going downstairs to the south if you want to follow that direction.
Do we see their little footprints now? Did they went this way for sure?
No, the hallway is pretty clean, so you don't
Okay.
see it.
Okay.
Surprisingly dust-free.
I would like to be in this magical dust-free place.
Real.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll continue down the stairs then. Because I mean, secret doors, like you said, often hold, treasures.
Okay, so it's the same marching order. You're just going down with the lantern first, and then Daphne's following you, and then to the rear, keeping rear guard is Colin.
Right.
All right. Okay. So you go down the stairs. They go down about 20 feet, 20 foot. And then it hits a more level platform, and you can kind of see ahead of you another 30 feet of corridor. And then it goes, at the end of that 30 feet of corridor, it turns to the east again.
All right. So
Yeah.
it goes.
So you got basically from that secret door, you go about 30 feet, about 30 feet down worth of stairs, but 3 squares worth of stairs. And then there's a 10-foot, 30-foot, I should say, 1, 2, 3 more stairs of flat room, and then it goes to the left. What would be the left for you, but which is basically east. So this total length of this corridor is 60 feet before it turns.
All right. Okay.
But there's stairs going down, yeah. So you're going to go down to the end of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you're walking down, kind of keeping track of where you're going, and all of a sudden, the floor opens up below you, and you fall into a pit. The first person does, which is Vanessa. You take 4 points of damage as you hit the bottom of it abruptly.
Nice.
The person directly behind them, which would be Daphne, you need to make a saving throw versus paralysis to not fall in.
Versus paralysis. Okay. Let me see here. Oh yeah, just made it by 1.
Okay. So are you carrying, I know you're carrying the lantern, but are you carrying any oil? Any additional oil?
in my backpack, not on.
Yep, so you are carrying oil. Yep.
Yeah.
Are you carrying holy water or anything else in vials?
No.
Okay, so for the lantern number 1, let's see. Okay, the lantern, you hold it or whatever. You're smart enough not to. You're thinking, no, I'm not gonna lose this. But how many vials of oil have you got?
1.
1. Okay. Nope, it's protected in the backpack, so nothing. You don't hear anything shatter as you hit the ground. Daphne steps back. This pit's only about like 8 or 9 feet down, so you could probably just reach down and be helped up. It's about 10 feet wide though, so more likely you'll probably have to each climb down in and then back up if you want to get past it. Yeah. It doesn't have like a hinged door that flips back up or whatever. It literally just collapsed in. It was like a very old wooden platform essentially that was painted to look like stone. And it's been rotted through the years, like that dry rot, so it just crumbled and it just fell in.
Would Colin know by looking at it maybe that it really wasn't a trap, but like you say, it was just probably fell in due to age and stuff, or could he tell that it was probably actually set up as a trap?
Yeah, you would imagine that it was probably more likely, right, some kind of storage. Like sometimes that, because it's underground, sometimes they would do this to store things that they want to keep cool, like wine or whatever. And actually, as you're looking, because you're thinking about that, you actually see down there, if you mention this to Vanessa, or you see it from the top, you can actually see 3 dusty bottles that are kind of like beneath some debris, which was probably some of the wood that fell, but maybe some crates. But you see 3 dusty bottles down there, like wine bottles.
Vanessa, grab those bottles there, right there, yeah, right there. That's it. Yeah, get those for us.
Yeah, no problem. And she will put those in her backpack. How far down is she?
About 8 or 9 feet. But before you climb back up, well, unless you're going to go, if you want to keep going down this corridor, then you're going to have to get up the other side of it, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say Daphne would just start climbing down so that we could go to the other side.
Yeah, I mean, with somebody, yeah, if you climb down and then back up the other side, you could help people up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a thief, you can, that's not a problem. If you want to keep going that way. You look at these dusty balls of wine, they look quite old. You probably figure they're at least 50 years old. So they're probably worth, maybe some gold anyways. Probably maybe 25 to 50 gold pieces a piece, depending on where you sold them.
Wow.
I mean, if they're any good, we'll see.
Well, you can just drink them.
Or say good vintage.
Yeah.
You can do that as well. Yeah, so when you all gather on the other side of the pit, you see that you're at that end of the corridor. You can see that it turns to the east and some stairs are going down.
More stairs.
I'm sorry, did you say the flask of oil did break earlier?
It did not,
Okay.
which is fortunate because otherwise your whole bag would be covered with oil.
All right. I'm gonna like those I have a large sack.
Mhm.
I would like to try and like wrap those like if I can wrap up my at least my oil, just put that maybe in the sack by itself and like give it extra cushioning.
Okay, yeah, good idea. So yeah, Vanessa's unpacking. They're in the corner. Let's see it. Nope. Yeah. So you're hanging out there. She gets reorganized.
I'm
And
gonna
you kind of
offer to if she holds the lantern, but I'll kind of go first, kind of stay in the lantern light, but kind of like check the floor as I walk to make sure there's no more soft spots as we go. I'll offer to do that, Vanessa, if you'd like.
Are you gonna take the lantern, or
Yeah, I can take the lantern.
because if you're not gonna take the lantern, I can just poke the ground with my spear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you can do that.
I mean, honestly, I'd love to be able to use my shield as well.
All right, then I'll take the lantern and kind of go first.
okay. Yeah, you can definitely do that. So yeah, you're walking down these stairs. They don't go down that far. You go down basically to the east about 10 foot, about 10 foot deep of stairs, and then you travel across a short corridor about another 30 feet, and then you encounter stairs that are going up. So you've kind of come down, and then these are going up.
I look at the two of them and I say, back up.
Might as well.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Okay,
Go
yeah,
up and
definitely do that.
paying attention to the stairs and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. So you start we're making your way up the stairs. And it goes up for quite a bit. You're getting your good stairmaster workout. It goes up about 40 or so feet. And when you get to the top, there is a dead end.
Hmm.
A stone dead end? Does it look
Yep.
like it's earthen? No, stone. Okay.
Stone. Yeah, I
I
mean it's pretty easy to tell by looking that this was some kind of a door, but especially as you have a dwarf with you, you can tell this is one of those like one-way doors. So it's not possible to open the door from this side. You could probably, I mean, maybe smash it, but you definitely cannot open it from the side. There's no mechanism to open it this way. You have to be on the other side to open it.
But it's a stone door, you said?
It's stone, yeah, marble.
How did those creatures get out? They had to have gotten out some way.
You're right. Although we don't know that they really came this way.
I mean, there was no other way for them to go.
Well, there was the way that you guys originally came in.
Yeah, remember, Daphne didn't see any tracks leading in here either.
Right.
Oh, I thought they like left this secret door open for us, so. Or not like left it open for us, but I thought they took it. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe they did leave the secret door open for you.
So that we'd go down here and get trapped. We need to get,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, go the other way.
All right, yeah, you gotta turn around and go back. All right, very nice. All right, so you go back, about 40 feet downstairs, you go across that flat area, up another 10 feet of stairs, then you turn to the right or to the south is that pit that you have to take some time climbing down, across, and back up. And then, half an hour later, you end up back at that secret door again in that corridor. Basically, that you could now, I mean, as far as you can tell, the only way to really go would be to back up into that corridor that had the dead end here, and then which you found the secret door, of course. Or if you went to the east, there was that pool at the bottom that Colin had seen, or you could backtrack all the ways to the entrance, and there's that other portcullis. So you've got a couple of unexplored ways to the east that were very musty and wet smelling, and then you've got if you go back to the west, you can go back basically to the entrance if you wanted to.
All right. Well, we searched earlier around this area, but we found that secret door to the south. Maybe we should just quickly, while we're in this area, search the north one more time to make sure there's no secret door we missed.
Yeah, you already searched that, and you didn't find anything.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to spend more time searching just to make sure you did search it? You can search again. I mean, the fact.
Well, yeah, I mean, because we found this secret door on the south wall, so I mean, now that we did, maybe it's kind of the same thing, like now that we know what we're looking for, sort of.
Okay, yeah, you guys can look again.
I mean, if you guys want to, I don't want to like.
Are you
make
all
this-
looking?
Yeah, we
Oh,
no,
yeah,
that sounds
yeah, well, we're
yeah, we
there.
look.
Yeah, I mean, you spend time looking. You don't see any other secret doors here. It looks like it's either beyond your ability to find it, or there's just no door. It's really you don't see anything.
Okay. All right.
And Colin, you
Alright.
said there was a pool of water?
Yeah, that other area looked like it went into a room with like a pool of water or something there, maybe a fountain or something. I couldn't tell exactly till we get closer.
Well, let's go check it out. I mean, it's worth a look, I guess.
I agree.
Okay, yeah. You start heading down, and as you get to kind of the stairs, you start walking up. Let's see if you're surprised. You are not. They're not surprised. You have a lantern. You hear, as soon as you get to that stairway, you actually hear. I'm not sure if Colin can speak. Do you guys speak any other languages besides with any of the humans? Do you guys speak like extra languages?
No.
I think I had an extra one, I believe. Let me look.
Oh,
I-
okay. Because you can speak. A dwarf can speak. Besides dwarf and common, you can speak gnome, kobold, and goblin. And then if you
Yeah,
have
I
another
do have one extra language. I'm just going to say it's a orc.
orc, okay. Well, that's perfect. You hear or somebody speaking in orc.
Oh, wow.
That's a good call. Yeah, you hear them say, "Look at that light," and then you hear them stop, and then you hear feet shuffle, and they go back down, probably into the room. You can't, your vision is muddled now because the lantern. So you know that there's stairs going down, and you know beyond that there's that room that you had seen the water, and now you know that somewhere beyond your vision is some orcs. Multiple, more than one for sure, because it was one talking to another
Did
one.
it sound like they were coming from the room, though, with the water or not?
Yes, they were coming up from that room.
Yeah, Colin would just grunt and go, oh, some dirty orcs are in here, too. I heard them talking back towards the room with the water. Get ready.
All right.
Orcs.
All right. I'll lead the way. I'll step up first in case they try to hit me. My shield maybe can block them.
I will hold the lantern, I guess, behind you. Because I can't see without it, so.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go down the stairs to where you heard the orcs.
Well, I will ask, do you guys want to go this way? There's always a chance they'd
Well,
come up behind us. I
Yeah, if we
suppose.
don't, they're going to try to get us.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm kind of hurt, but I mean, I think either way, I think that they're gonna come up eventually. So I might as well just try and take care of them. If only I could rest for a little while and recover hit points. Wouldn't that be a dream?
That would
Oh.
be quite the magic.
I could just recover health by resting for a minute by just having a snack.
He throws you the bag of cherries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna start walking down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got my shield up, spear ready.
Alrighty. You hear I think they're gonna try to talk to you because orcs like to talk to people. Orcs are ugly human-like creatures. Yes, they are. Okay. So that you hear you start to go down with the lantern and you hear a voice call out in Orcish. Stay away. This is our part dungeon. You leave. Or we kill and eat. And you hear like a banging, which sounds like somebody banging like a sword or a mace or something. And it's a shield, and you hear one, and then you start to hear it amplify. So you know this It sounds like there's a bunch. It's hard to know. Well, I mean, if anybody, I guess the two fighters can roll against their intelligence to see if you can get an idea of how many you think there might be.
Yeah,
you can hear
I was going to ask, would Colin know that maybe this is a tactic they use to try to scare with that there's try to show they've got more than they really do or whatever?
Yeah, I mean,
Intelligence
maybe.
roll.
Could be, yeah.
Ooh, I made it 8 out of 12.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you
18.
think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
18 over 10.
Okay, yeah. So it's hard for you to tell how many. Maybe you haven't encountered orcs too much, Vanessa. It's hard to know how many there are, but you do know there's a lot of them. You think that there's at least half dozen of them based on what you can hear. But yeah, they're definitely do that to show up. What you would think is since there's that many of them and they're doing that they don't realize there's only 3 of you. You know, they probably think there's a lot of you. So that's why they're doing it. Try to intimidate you. But you think there's at least half dozen of them.
Yeah, Colin will say, well, maybe we should go back and, you're not feeling well, Vanessa. Daphne, you got anything on you that maybe you could set a tripwire or some kind of trap if they come through here trying to get after us, they trip across a wire and some stones fall on them or something? You got anything to set up?
Could I have that, Daniel?
Yeah.
I don't know, do you?
I have rope.
I don't know where you
rope
get
and
the
spikes.
stones from. The only thing
Yeah.
that you
Well, if we went back from that, wasn't there one room that like one passageway had a bunch of broken stones or?
well, yeah, though that was I mean, you can go back there if you want. That's pretty far away. That's where the kobolds were.
Okay.
The other place where you saw crumbled stuff was where the moss is.
Oh, yeah,
Which you're right next to. Yeah, you're right near the moss room. So of course that could be a potent weapon, but of course
I was just about to
you
say.
don't really know how to use it. So I mean, if you want to get some rubble from that room, you could, but you know that there's going to be a chance that you're gonna have a problem unless you come up with something very clever to get in there and out.
I'm looking here. What I have in my list, I don't really have anything that could.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you could certainly string up a rope, but I don't. Falling rocks and stuff would be hard to organize.
Here's what Colin wants to do. He wants to Daphne to take part of her rope, and he's going to take his dagger out, and he has an orange blanket. So he's going to take this orange blanket and like cut holes in it and run this rope through it and string it across that area. Like with the orcs come that way, they're going to see that orange blanket, and maybe they'll think it's some kind of hex or something and not come that way.
All right.
Okay.
I'll give you my.
Cool.
Yep.
Kind of tied up like a curtain across the way, an orange curtain.
Oh, an orange blanket. I've heard legends of that.
They'll think it's some kind of hex or caution. Don't come this way.
All right, yeah, sure. So yeah, you string that up. You take a few minutes to do it. I mean, of course, you're there for a little bit, so you can hear them banging and stuff, and then they get quiet, like they're listening to see if you left. But let me just. Yeah, you actually hear them say as you're kind of just finishing up. They're like, "Last warning. You leave or we kill and eat."
Yep, and then when we finish, I'll definitely say let's go back.
Yeah, and I'll make sure the lantern's now on the other side of the blanket, so it'd be obvious to them that we're moving away.
Okay, right. So it's like a shadow.
Yep.
Yeah. So at this point, since you're not going to go down that way, you're heading back to the north, which is basically your only option that you know of to leave. I'm sorry, to the south rather. And you get to that corridor that runs west or east. To the west would be back to the portcullis that you came through. To the east is that very musty stairs going down. So I don't know if you want to explore that or if you just want to leave this whole section of the area.
What do you think, Vanessa?
Might as well keep exploring. We haven't found anything yet that's gonna make us rich as far as we know.
But we found the wine.
Well, do you want us to go down or go back and go that other way, though?
Let's go down.
All right, if we're gonna go down, I'm gonna take a piece of cloth and wrap it around my nose like a mask.
Okay.
I don't need to fall unconscious to mold again or moss.
Yeah, it's definitely this particular corridor is damp, but it doesn't smell like swampy like that room did. It just smells like wet.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Let me just look at this room. Yeah. So you start to move down. And what you can see is, you got stairs going down about 30 feet. And then you got a flat like corridor where you're walking like more or less level for another like 40 feet or so. And then there's another set of stairs that go down. And at that set of stairs, though, you can see like they only go down about 10 feet and your lantern light shines down into a room. And this room, I'm going to read the box text because I feel like it. This huge cave area is filled with the sweet smell of fresh water. The source is obviously a rather large gray stone pool of water that almost covers the entire floor of the cavern. Occasionally bubbles rise to the surface of the water, but apart from that, the water is quiet. A small ledge circles one end of the pool. The ledge is wide enough for one fully armed person to inch around the pool to the other side where an opening can be seen. So essentially you're coming from the west, so you're heading east. And this ledge that they're describing is along what is basically the west wall. So you kind of, if you get to the bottom of the stairs, you could edge yourself around the west wall and you can see that there's, if you get down there and shine the lantern, you can see there's a corridor running south from there. Otherwise, the room is pretty much full with this pool. Your light's shining on it. It seems to be, let's see, it ranges, as you kind of shine the light on it. It's not super deep. There's areas that as it gets further back, it gets deeper. But it's certainly deep. It's not like a puddle. It's definitely a pool.
And you said we saw like bubbles rise to the.
Yeah, there's some
limit or
bubbles
something?
coming up from it. Yeah, not like a lot. It's not like constant, but you see, let's say a bubble every few seconds. It kind of comes up and gets to the surface and just like pops.
Well, say we don't disturb that water. We don't know how deep it is, and it could be something breathing there. If there's bubbles coming up, let's just sneak around the edge of it and go to that other corridor or whatever.
Okay. I suppose
Okay,
I'll go
yeah, you
first since I
definitely-
have the light.
Yeah, so as described, I mean, it's narrow, so you have to go one at a time, but you can kind of work your way around. If you take your time, it's not hazardous, if you take your time. And you make your way down past the pool, and there's actually a set of stairs going south. These stairs are very, very rough cut, though. They're almost like all the stairs you've been seeing so far are like made stone stairs. These are like they're cut into the actual solid stone of the dungeon, basically, that you're in. Because remember that you've gone down. You're on the ground like probably close to 100 feet by now. And as you follow these stairs down, they kind of wind and they get more narrow, and they go down maybe another like 50, 60 feet, and you're kind of, it's tight. It's like certainly single file. And after a little bit, you kind of can see that there was a cave in, who knows how long ago, and it looks like it's completely collapsed. You could probably get through it if you took like days worth of work and tools, but it's a fully collapsed cave here. So getting through here would be probably next to impossible right now.
Another dead end.
Yeah, looks so.
Should we maybe search and see if there are any secrets along these doors? These walls? These doors.
Yes, we should do that.
Yeah, I mean, you be in the rubble, or just you're gonna check the whole corridor as you're coming up.
Is it, I mean, like, is the rubble like, is it just like it's just the hall just collapsed?
Yeah, it's like it's
Okay.
like the roof caved in.
I thought maybe like it was ending and there just happened to be rubble at the end.
No, it's collapsed for sure.
Okay,
It's
all
pretty
right.
clear that it's collapsed.
Well, let's see. Like, if I take the butt of my spear, could I maybe like if kind of poking at the rubble with it? Do I think I'm like how much rubble is there? Like, do we think we could maybe like dig our way through somehow, or?
You just told us.
I just
Oh,
told you
yeah,
that
no.
with
Oh,
days
I'm
of
sorry.
work, we could do it, yeah. It's
I'm
it's
sorry.
clearly a collapse. You can definitely get there. In fact, you can probably even feel like the very slightest bit of like air coming through it. I mean, you know that it could be cleared, but it's not something the three of you are going to do right now. I mean, unless you want to. I mean, you can sit there little by little do it, but it'll take you days to do, and you really need to have the right equipment.
Yeah, no. All right, well, I guess we'll go back, and there was only one more area we can search, right? That we haven't been to yet?
Well, you go back to
I
the
mean,
entrance.
Yeah,
the
this is a
main-
gigantic complex.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, like, in this area, like, just trying to, like, because, like Colin said at the beginning, like, trying to take care of everything in one area at a time.
Right.
Yeah. As far as I mean, aside from if you want to spend time to look for any secret passages in this hallway, which is rough hewn stone. I mean, you could check this corridor. Aside from that, you have been everywhere that you've seen. Like unless it's through like a concealed door or something, you've seen pretty much everything in this section. There
Okay.
were two portcullises, in an L shaped. And you only went one of the ways, but you could see down the other one and it looked like it was dead end. So, you can go down there and check for secrets or whatever, but insofar as you can see, you think you pretty much cleared this whole chunk.
Okay.
Where you could go. Obviously, there's where the orcs are that you didn't go. There's the one-way secret door, which you have to find another way to get to. And then there's this, which we have to be cleared with days of work.
All right, well, I guess we are going to go back to the entrance then, right?
It would appear that way.
Fantastic.
Here comes the sea
ahead and
suffering out of the pool.
Here comes those orcs. They did not heed the yellow blanket, the orange blanket.
We'll have to do a blanket
That
check.
made them matter.
Yeah.
Orcs are like bulls, except it's orange, not red. Roll a d6, Nikki.
Okay. 3.
3. Oh, fantastic. All right. You guys are coming back up, and you enter into that. Let me see if you. Nope, you're not supposed to. You kind of get up into that pool area, and you're crossing that. Did you want to switch back, or are you guys going in reverse? So basically, you could take the time to, it's narrow, but you could go back so that you're in the same order that you were, which would be Daphne, Vanessa, Colin, or did you just want to go backwards so it's Colin, Vanessa, Daphne?
Well, I have the lantern. If Colin can see, okay. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean that'd be
Well-
fine. We can just say we switched around and Colin's leading them out.
Yeah. Well, if you don't switch, you'll lead them up because basically you went down a narrow corridor and then you just turned around and went back. So you're basically, maybe you're slightly ahead, so the lantern's not affecting your vision, which actually gives you a lot further sight. So actually, this is good because just as you come back up into that pool room, you can see, there's that that ledge that goes along the water. You can see right at the edge of the room, basically where you come in, where you guys came into the room, where there were stairs there. You see some kobolds. They seem to be looking at the water, and they hear you. Well, they see the light. Will they see the light? Yeah, they have 90 feet of vision. Yeah, they see the light and they turn and they what's their reaction here? They look a little confused, and but they've seen that you're a dwarf. They know that you speak their language, and one of them calls out to you and he says, "You should not be here. This
Can
is
I
our
tell
treasure."
if it's a different group than the last ones or not? Probably.
It would be hard to say. Make an intelligence check, I guess.
Oh yeah, 10 out of 12.
Yeah, I mean, you think it's probably a different group. At least the guy that's in front is different. I mean, you can't see all of them, so they either picked up more reinforcements. You only see about 3 of them, but when they when they saw you, you could definitely tell that they turned around and were like passing it down the line that there were people here. So like that there's more than 3, but you see 3 currently, and they say.
And
"You
he
should
asked
not
me
be
what
here."
I was doing there, but that's their treasure room. Is that what he said?
Yeah. That's what he said. This is our treasure.
Colin will kind of, let out a hearty laugh and back in Cobalt and go, "Where is the treasure?"
It's in the water.
Well, jump in
You
there and
can't have-
swim. You jump in there and swim and go get it, and I'll let you have it.
You what? You have to let us have it. It's ours. And then he says, "We're going to take it now." And one of the he calls back, "Get the net." And two more guys run down. They throw a net into the water, and when they do, out of the water erupts about a dozen big bubbles, and they start floating everywhere. So yeah, these bubbles are well, they're going after the kobolds, but also you, because you guys are at the edge of the room as well. You're being bubbled. So what does everybody want to do? So I'll just set the scene. You're basically at the southern part of this room. If you on the west wall, there's like a very narrow passage that you could go like against the wall, one person at a time. At the edge of that passage are the kobolds, who just threw the net into the water. You guys are like at the southern part in this small area here, and when they threw the net in, all these bubbles started coming up, and they're moving towards everybody.
Are the bubbles like just clear? I mean, like just a big old clear bubble, or do they have any form or
Basically,
shape?
but yeah, I mean, they're like big old clear bubbles, but when you saw them popping, they were like little. When the net went in, these things are big, they're like the size of a basketball, and they come out of the water and they're floating like towards you and also towards the kobolds.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell Vanessa to pop him with her spear. Don't let him touch him, but pop him with a spear, and he's gonna try to pop one with his short sword if they're coming after him.
Okay, so you're gonna basically attack them, but they come at you. How about Daphne?
Yeah, if they come at me, I will baseball bat them with my mace.
All right, cool. Yeah, the kobolds seemed confused, like they didn't think that was going to happen. Clearly, so since you're kind of in the front of the party, Colin, go ahead and roll initiative against the bubbles.
A 3.
Oh, simultaneous. All right, simultaneous. So even if you kill them, they'll still get to go, but I'll let you guys go first. So there are a total of 12 bubbles. Let's see how many are going to go in your direction. I'll just roll d12. So how many come towards you? Oh God. Okay. Apparently the net scared the bubbles and sent them mostly in your direction. There are 10 bubbles heading towards your party.
Oh no.
Lord.
Yeah, and 2 towards the kobolds. So yeah, I'm gonna let you all go first, but again, it's simultaneous. So
Yeah, Colin's just gonna try to poke at one of them, then.
all right. So go ahead.
Oh God, not with a 4 on the die, he's not.
No. All right. Yeah.
Hey, I think he got surprised by that many of them.
Yeah, you're like, oh, smash the bubbles, and then they all just started coming. It's like a giant bubble. It's like that episode of the Brady Bunch where like they do the laundry and they put too much detergent and all the bubbles just.
Oh,
Vanessa.
Vanessa, like she has her shield up, and she's gonna start like kind of moving. Like she's gonna say, like let's get out of here. Basically, like leave the those creatures to deal with these things. And she will try to poke one, but then she's just gonna start like moving away. I mean, she can't run too far away from the light.
Away being back down the collapsed corridor.
Away being towards the entrance if she can.
Okay, I mean you could do that, but you're then getting yourself on that narrow ledge. And
Oh, I see.
kobolds between
Oh,
you.
okay. I was confused about where we're at then. God,
Yeah, you're in the southern part of the room.
I don't know. I must be tired or something because I'm.
see, we're like on one end of the room, and then we have
Yeah.
to go through that narrow ledge. But once we get over there, those kobolds are there blocking.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she tries to pop one, but she rolls a 7.
Oh
It's like
God.
a 10 total. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, this is going to be bad. If you get TPK'd by bubbles, it's just going to be the best. I'm sorry.
Please don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
We'll say it was a dragon. Daphne.
I said I was gonna melee one. I will try. And if that doesn't work, we'll try something else next time. Oh, 17 on the dice. That hits what, armor class 2?
Oh, that definitely hits you.
Okay. 6 points damage.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a bubble.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah,
When I break it, does anything weird happen?
It pops and you just smell like the sweet, fresh air. Let's see. There is. All right. Well, I mean, they're all going to get to go even though you killed one. So we'll go 3 on each of you and then 1 extra. All right. So let me just go down the line here so it'll make my life easier. So Daphne, no, I'll do Colin first because you're on top. Your AC is 5. So they need. What's their hit dice?
Hit dice for bubbles.
Yeah, dice for bubbles. The
Who in
bubbles
the,
hit dice.
who in the Sam Hill invented this monster, I wonder?
All right, so they need a 14 to hit you. So let's see. First one is a 12, it misses. Second one is a 20.
Oh,
It
God.
crits you. Third one is a 5. Okay, so you get with the hit with the first bubble, which does a d4 damage. 1 point of damage. However, you must make a save versus paralyzation.
Oh, no. That don't even sound good.
I mean, luckily you're a dwarf, so
Ooh, I made it 16.
okay, you're fine then. It does not. You feel like it's trying to like engulf you, but you pull away. Like your face starts to get sucked in. You just go, oh. So let's see. 3 of them on. Are you guys all armor class 5? No. Vanessa's armor class 3. All right, so 3 on Daphne.
Crystal, it's a gelatinous cube bubble.
Kind of, yeah. No, misses Daphne all 3 times. And then against Vanessa, 12 misses, 13 misses. Yeah, they're not very good at hitting you guys. Yeah, all of them miss Vanessa too. So now the last one, I'm just going to roll a d6 to see randomly who it goes after. The second person, who is Daphne. Ooh, 15. Okay, it gets you, Daphne.
Okay.
So you're going to take 3 points
Okay.
of bubble damage and make a save versus paralyzation.
All right. Oh, yes. I made it.
Made it. Okay. Yeah. So it's like you're just like, oh, it's like trying to get out of your face. Okay. Looking at the bubble mechanics now. 2 of them are going after the kobolds. Miss. Oh no, actually, that might hit the kobold. Nope, miss and miss. And the kobolds are. There's 3 of them. Well, there's only 2 bubbles, but they're going to still attack the bubbles. Nope, miss the bubble, and hit the bubble. Okay, 1 bubble's dead. So we got 2 dead bubbles. I guess I probably should keep track of this. Hold on. I thought you had avoided the bubbles, and I was like, oh, perfect. But kobolds, very smart. All right, bubble. Actually, this is the one that's by the kobolds. Bubble. So it's 3 bubbles, 4 bubbles, 5 bubbles, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 10 bubbles left at the end of that round. So what's everybody's plan now? Bubbles are kind of all around you.
Yep, still stabbing.
Yeah. You would imagine, you saw how fast they moved. They're pretty fast. So I don't know. Actually, I think they're moved.
This may be a dumb idea, but can I get to take my cloak off and try to wave it really fast and get them to float back across towards the kobolds? They're bubbles. Push. You know what I'm saying? Use wind power and just whoosh them back. Whoosh.
Yes.
But if that's a dumb idea, then I won't try.
That is super epic. They are magical. I mean, they're not like just bubbles floating. I mean, they're clearly alive. So you would imagine that that's probably not going to work. But I give everything a chance, sure, if you want to try it. But there's a very good likelihood that's not going to work.
No, then I won't try it.
Okay, but it's pretty epic. Yeah, if they were just like water bubbles, you really get the feeling these things are alive. Like they're a monster basically.
Okay.
They just look like bubbles to you.
I was hoping I could whoosh them away.
Yeah, no, that was pretty awesome. But I feel like that would.
I'm sorry.
Not work.
Daniel, did Vanessa take any damage? I feel like I was just in a fog.
No, you were not hit at all.
All right, good.
I think the only person that was hit was Daphne. Well, Daphne and and Colin
Colin.
both but not Vanessa. On that note, everybody's meleeing again. And
Yep.
yeah, so roll initiative on me.
All right. 5.
You guys go first.
Oh my gosh, here come all the bad rolls. I missed again.
Daphne?
Okay, I had one near me, so I'll go for that one. The one that hit me, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. There's a whole bunch around you guys. They're basically
Yep.
like you're all pretty close together at this point.
I wouldn't give for an AoE right now. Let's see.
Well, I mean,
14. Hit armor class 5.
that hits.
Okay. Or 4 points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, that kills it.
Where's that mage with fireball?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say the cloak thing wouldn't work. I just want to make sure you understood that it was very difficult.
Oh no, it's fine. No, it's...
You know, I never want to say you can't do something. Crystal, Vanessa, you got 3 bars on you.
Yeah. I hit armor class 13.
Because you rolled so terribly, or because you're doing the
Yeah,
math?
because I rolled so terribly.
Okay, all right, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Almost.
I just want to say real quick that I'm a level 2 fighter with 3 plus 3 mod of an 18 strength. I have not hit one fucking thing tonight.
That's not good.
That's what happens when you get an 18 strength. You end up
Yeah.
rolling terribly. That's just the curse of having a good character. Okay, well, you did kill one of them. All right, so let me just the kobolds, they're going to try to hit the one bubble that's near them, and they miss. You do see 2 of the guys that were pulling that threw the net in. They seem to just be trying to pull the net back really quickly, and another guy is just trying to fight this bubble, though he misses terribly. So let's see if the bubble hits him. Does not. All right, so now against you guys, Colin. Ooh, all right, bubble hits Colin for 4 points of damage. Oosh.
4? Okay.
Yeah, that's a hell of a bubble, and a save versus paralysis.
Oh, come on. You've been good to me so far on saves. Oh, no. I failed this time.
All
No.
right,
Failed by 1.
it wraps around your head and starts to like pull you. It's pretty surprisingly strong. It pulls you into the water.
Oh, no. It's not good.
Yeah, it definitely is not. I think even at its shallowest point, it's over your head. Okay, so there's one bubble over Colin's head. He's getting pulled in. I'll say I won't be able to pull you until next round, but you're definitely getting yanked towards the water. Of course, I think only one of them can go through at a time, so the other 2 will spread out, but we'll figure out where they go in a second. So there's 2 on Daphne. Oh, 20. That's the second one that critted you. You've been critted by bubbles twice. 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And make a save to not
All
be
right.
sucked in.
Alrighty. Yes, 17. All right, good.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Second one's going to try to get you. Second one misses. There's only 2 on you because you killed one. And the 2 that were on Colin, I'm going to say won't attack you guys yet because they were over there. Well, you're all close, but they're going to, I'll roll randomly so you they go after. And there's 3 on Vanessa. Miss. Miss. Wow. You're good at avoiding them anyways. Miss. Vanessa gets missed all 3 times. The other 2, I'm going to say a 1 or a 2, they're going to go up. They're going to float back across towards the kobolds, and then 3, 4, and 5, 6 will go after you guys. 3, 4. So that's a 5, 6 rather. So that's going to go after Vanessa. 2. Okay, so the other 2 turn, and they're now going because I guess Vanessa's been able to avoid them so well. 2 more are coming at you now. 10. Wow, you are the best bubble of. Oh no, there's a 20. We knew it was going to happen eventually.
Oh,
I can never crit when I'm a player. I never get a crit when I'm a player. As GM, I do all the time. All right, so you get hit by the bubble, Vanessa, for 3 points,
Ooh.
and
Okay.
you guys save versus paralysis.
Save versus paralysis. Okay. Whoosh. That's a 7. I failed.
Okay, so you get so you are paralyzed. So you actually can't break the bubble yourself. Somebody has to do it for you. Somebody being Daphne.
I was gonna
So
say
these bubbles,
somebody.
your friends basically start to drop, and like their weight of them like drops them down flat, and you can see the bubble now are like drifting towards the center and dragging their bodies off the. Luckily, you guys are not on the very narrow part, So I'm gonna say I'll take them around to get them into the water anyways. So Daphne, what do you want to do? You got 2 bubbles that are attacking you. All these other bubbles are floating around, and there's 2 that are on your friends dragging them into the water. And the kobolds seem to be fishing some treasure out of the water.
Um,
Nasty kobolds.
yeah, nasty kobolds. I guess I have to attack the ones that are on my friends. Can I get
Okay.
to them without the other bubbles?
Yeah,
getting-
there's no opportunity attacks or anything really, unless you're running out of combat. So yeah, you just have to choose what you want to go after. Either you can get after any of them.
I'll go after Colin because he's shorter and he might not be able to survive as long in the water.
Yeah, well, and also there's only one on him. Vanessa's basically engulfed with them. There's a ton of them on go. So
I'll try and get Colin out so that maybe he can help.
Okay. All right. So Colin, roll initiative.
All right. 6.
They also got a 6, so simultaneous
Oh my
initiative.
gosh.
That's twice the time they was. All right. So I'll let you guys go first, but then so go ahead, Daphne. It's up to you to save Colin.
Yeah, I hit armor class 4.
That hits.
Okay, I'm gonna carefully try to pop the bubble around his head without, bashing also his head in.
Yeah, of course.
3 points.
Okay, that pops up, but because it's simultaneous, you'll still take the damage that you would have done by suffocating because it starts to draw all the air out of your lungs while you're paralyzed. You're going to take 3 points of damage, Colin.
3,
Then,
okay.
Yeah, and then you're like, and then the bubble pops and you fall down and you're kind of like, I'll say you're not going to be paralyzed anymore. You'll be able to do it next round, but you're basically like flat on the ground. You probably dropped your weapon and you're like, oh, Unfortunately, Vanessa is still being sucked in and she will take suffocation damage of 3 points.
Vanessa's dead.
Okay. Oh, okay. Went to 0. All right.
-2.
All right. Perfect. Let's do my chart here. We haven't used this one in a while. Dun, 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 dun. This is the one-shot one as well. This one's actually good. All right. So roll 2d6 because you went below 0.
A 1 and a 4, total of 5.
Oh, 5. Okay. Oh, you're stunned, which is actually you were anyway. So basically nothing. You don't take that damage though. So you stay where you were, hit point wise.
Okay.
And you are basically stunned. Lose next action, but you're stunned anyway. So in effect, nothing happens. The kobold is attacking the one that's on him. Oh, one more roll d12. The kobold's attacking the one that's on him. He misses. The one that's on him is attacking the kobold. It misses. The other ones, because of the because they already had Vanessa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of these guys, the one that didn't have Vanessa, are actually floating off towards the kobolds. So that leaves a total of. Oh no, hold on, that one's dead. So there's 2 that were attacking you, Daphne. They are still there, and they are still going to attack you.
Okay.
13, so that just misses. And 8, so they both miss.
All right. Whew.
Yeah, so currently there's a total of 3 bubbles around you guys. Well, there was 4 a second ago. 1 got popped. There's 2 that are attacking Daphne as she popped the one on Colin. There's 1 that's around Vanessa's head, dragging Vanessa into the water, which she'll be in this next round. And 4 more of them are floating now towards the kobolds, who are dragging treasure. It looks like they're dragging a bag that's jingling with coins and it's soaking wet out of the wet pool. And we'll go into initiative because those 4 have to move. They're not going to get to attack the kobolds this round. So
4.
Tony, 4. Okay.
4.
Ooh, they got 6. Okay, they go on first. All right, there's 2 on Daphne. 13 misses. Oh. And 1 misses, and then Vanessa will automatically take damage, which I know is probably going to kill you again. But so 4 points of damage, which will knock you below 0, right? So roll
-3.
2d6. See what happens.
But I'll be at -4 this time, right? Because
Yep.
every time you die.
Well, yeah, you roll 2d6, and then each time you die, you add 1 per time you roll on the chart. That's correct. So you roll 2d6 plus 1.
All right. I rolled a total of 6. I rolled a 5 and a 1, so that's 6. And I think so. I got a 7.
7. Okay. All right. You're gonna before it was like locked in your hands, but now you drop what you were holding. So your shield and your spear both drop into the pool, sink to the bottom, as the thing drags you in, which actually makes sense because you're falling into the pool. That's interesting. Okay, good. The other 4 are floating across. Actually, let's see. They're gonna, well, actually, the kobold is the first. Oh, he crits the one on him. All right, he kills that. Well, let me make sure. Yep, he does. He kills the one on him. Unfortunately for the kobolds, there's 4 more going over there. And now it's your turn, right? Because they won initiative. So, Vanessa, you really can't do anything because you're being drowned. But Daphne and Colin can do something. There's 2 that are basically attacking Daphne, and Colin, you just woke up or whatever.
They have Vanessa's in the water right now?
Yeah, she's in the water. I mean, you could she's like near the surface still. You could probably like leap out there and hit it, but you're probably gonna be in the water if you do that, unless you have something long.
Yeah, he's gonna do what he has to. He's got his, he'll have his short sword, so he'll try to strike the one that's taking Vanessa down or whatever. Oh yeah, a armor class 3, but for 3 points.
That's enough. All right, yeah, you pop that one. Vanessa, you are stunned. Oh, actually, let me check this. You're stunned for just 1 round. Okay. So basically, you the bubble pops and you go to suck in fresh air and instead suck water, and you're like, but you'll be able to make some kind of con check or something next round to make sure you can get out of the water. Daphne, you see your dwarven friend dive into the water and pop the bubble, but there's 2 on you.
Yeah, I have to fight the 2 on me right now, so I will go for one of them. Oh, nice. Yeah, armor class 3.
All right, damage.
6.
Yeah, pop it. There's only 1 left in your general area. The other ones are on the other side. We're coming into the last, well, hopefully the last round. There's only 1 left on you guys. There's still 4 on the kobolds, but they seem to be running now. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, Tony, initiative.
All right. 1.
Oh, 4, okay. So there's only 1 that's near you, which is on Daphne. It's going to attack her with a 13 and miss. The other 4 are going after the kobolds who are starting to run. That hits a kobold. That misses. The kobolds have been very lucky here, actually. I think that's the first time they've been hit. Oh, 2 kobolds get hit. Make the saving throws. Ooh, makes a saving throw. Fails, but let me do damage on them because that might kill them. Yep, that one dies. Yep, okay. Yeah, 2 bubbles grab 2 of these guys and just drag them into the water. I mean, they're dead, so they can't resist, so their saving throw means nothing. And 2 of them get dragged into the water. And you see 2 kobold bodies go down. So it is your turn, Daphne. You're up on the side with 1 fighting you. Actually, Tony, roll a d12.
Okay, let me get it. 11.
Oh god! So where you jumped in is one of the deepest parts.
Oh man!
It's like 15 feet deep. So you went and you pop the thing, and then you're. I mean, I don't know how well you can swim, but either way, you're swimming. You're not walking. That's for sure. So you're gonna have to try to get to them. You do see that Vanessa is like sucking water into her lungs. Vanessa, go ahead and roll d20 under your con.
Okay. Nat 1.
Okay. All right, then you're gonna end up rolling that chart again. So go ahead and roll 2d6.
I thought I was rolling under my con.
Oh no, yeah, okay. Just the way you said it sounded negative. My brain wasn't working. I
was actually nat 1. I was actually happy about it.
Yeah, I'm like you. The way you said it, I'm thinking, wow, I don't.
Oh, I was
good.
actually trying to say it positively. So I told you I'm kind of out of it.
No, yeah, exactly. It just sounded negative. Like I didn't even hear the number. I just heard like the negativity. I was because usually when you get a crit, you're like, yeah, quit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess because it was a nat 1, probably my brain was like nat 1, and then my brain was like, oh, that's a good thing, and so it was like,
yeah, exactly. It's hard to be enthusiastic in that one, but yes, that's perfect. Yes, so you spit the water out, and you come to the surface, and you see a drenched dwarf next to you.
I'm just gonna start saying all my numbers excitedly, and you're always gonna think I hit. I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, I rolled a 3. All right.
And that might work. It works.
Are there any kobolds still in the room?
Just the 2 that are getting dragged into the pool. The other ones seem to be running up the stairs, and the other 2 bubbles that were near them are not, you probably get the feeling that the bubbles can't leave the room because they start to turn and head back towards you.
I'm going to swim on that side, the kobold side of the room, if I can, to come out on that side of the pool.
Okay, you'll be swimming under where the bubbles are though, because they're coming towards you. I mean, you can do it, but if the bubble gets you, then you're gonna be in the water already. Just so you know, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna take a chance. Go to because
Okay.
I know that's the way we got to go. So yep, he's
Yeah,
gonna
for
he's
sure.
gonna take a chance.
What about Vanessa? What's your plan?
Is she also swimming, or can she stand? Or
Well, it's 15 feet, so you'll be swimming.
it's 15
And your
feet.
shield and spear are at the bottom.
I mean, have I got my breath back?
Yeah, you can do something this round because you rolled a nat one.
All right. She's gonna dive down and at least try to grab her shield.
All right, yeah, you did. All right, so you dive down this round. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, just because it makes life easier for me, there's 3 of them, and they're gonna divide and conquer, or divide and fail. We'll find out in a second. So let's roll initiative, Tony. Let's see what happens.
5.
Oh, they also got a 5. That's the third simultaneous
Golly.
initiative. Good thing we're not playing Hateful Place. That'd be some wandering monsters.
A wandering monster.
All right, here we go. So this is the scary one because Colin's actually 2 people in the water. All right, it's going after you. Oh, 15.
Oh no.
All right, it wraps around your head, Colin. Well, we'll see if you make it just perilous save. But first, we got
How much damage?
2 points.
Oh, okay. I'm still up. Oh yeah, save 19.
All right, perfect. Yeah, it tries to grab your face, and you're just like, no, and you kind of pull away. The one on Vanessa, you dive down, and this bubble just follows you into the water. So as you're kind of coming back up with your stuff in your hands, it tries to like meet you halfway and attack you. Yeah, but it rolls a nat 1.
Oh shit, I'm screwed.
And then up on top, near Daphne, that one rolls a 5, so misses.
All right.
Okay, yeah, that's excellent. So yeah, as this round is
It was simultaneous. We get
Yeah.
yeah. So you still get to go. Yeah, I was just doing the attack first for them because I felt like it was exciting. But yeah, Daphne is not gone.
all right. I still have one on me, so I'm
Yep.
gonna try to smash it. Oh, but not with a 6.
No. Okay. All right. So and of course, at the end of this round, our drenched dwarf gets to the edge. Our fighter has her tools of the trade, as it would be the weapons, as you pop up out of the water. And you can see that there's still 3 of these things in the room, kind of circling around. So, yeah. What do you want to do?
I'm sorry, we didn't get to go, did we? Or did we?
Yeah, you did. You dove to the bottom and got your shield. That's what you did.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah, you declared your action first, then we rolled initiative. So
Yeah, that's fine.
it happened. I just didn't go back to you because I knew what you mean. What you were doing was diving to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Vanessa's gonna stab down and try and hit that shield, that bubble that's under her.
Okay, yeah. It's like near you in the water. You can definitely do that. What about Colin? Do you want to fight your bubble?
He's gonna come out on the cobalt side. Are there any bubbles still on that side or not?
Yeah, just the one following you.
Yeah, he'll try to attack it if it's still after
Yes.
him.
Do you want to do it from inside the water, or you want to climb out this
Oh no,
one?
he's gonna climb out
Okay.
first.
And what about Daphne?
I still have one on me. I've got to keep swinging.
Okay, so Tony, initiative.
Just keep
Dude.
swinging.
4.
Just keep swinging.
Okay. Well, movement happens first, I think. No, movement happens last, actually. So Vanessa, you may attack.
Oh,
Vanessa.
sorry. Vanessa is me. I knew that. I was testing you guys to see if you knew.
Every time he says it, I think he's saying Pinesta, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, true. I rolled a 2.
All right, Daphne.
All right. Oops. Oh, that's all right. I hit armor class 6.
That hits.
All right. 3 points of damage.
All right, boom! You popped the last bubble that's on you. As you look around the room, you can see your dwarven friend climbing up out of the water.
Okay.
There's one bubble above him, and then your other friend's fighting a bubble in the water, and the bubble's
Okay.
good to go now. All right, so first I'm gonna go for Vanessa. Misses, and then as you're climbing up, Colin, this one comes after you. Oh, 16.
Oh no.
You pull up onto the shore, and this thing grabs you in the back of the head, or tries to anyways, and does 3 points of damage.
I'll be at -1 HP.
Okay, so you'll roll 2d6 to see what happens. You'll keep you won't get that damage, of course.
I rolled 2 1s, so 2.
Really? The result for number 2 is That just pissed you off. Heal 1d8 plus 1 hit points.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
he's
my
already
play.
he's already pissed off at those kobolds. That's what he was trying to get on their side for.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 plus, so 7 plus 1, so we have 7
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. And of course, you didn't take the damage from that attack, too. So we're
All right.
yeah. So yeah, you just got an adrenaline burst as this thing as this thing hits you. You do still need to make a save versus paralysis. So
Oh, come on. Oh yeah, 18.
All right, yeah. So you get up and this thing you just swat this thing out of the way. So there's currently only 2 bubbles left. I mean, they're not really. Do they have morale actually? I don't think they do because they're basically bubbles. I mean, oh, they do have morale actually. Let me see if they'll. Oh no, yeah, they're coming out. So you look up the stairs. Of course, you have the infravision, wet infravision as you look up the stairs, and you might just catch the tail end of some wet kobolds like running probably 60 feet in front of you up the stairs with this like sack of gold over their shoulder as you're looking over there. But there is one bubble attacking you, Colin, and also a bubble attacking Vanessa and Daphne. You are standing on the shore watching all this.
Yeah, Colin's going to see that the kobolds are too far away. He's so pissed off. He's just going to turn around and attack the bubble then.
All right. How about Vanessa?
I gotta say, I never thought the day would come that I'd hate bubbles more than I hate wasps. So, congratulations, Daniel. But yeah, Vanessa will try to. She's gonna swim to the shore. She's gonna try and get to the shore. I mean, she hasn't been hitting anything anyway.
Back towards Daphne or across the pool towards
towards the dwarf.
Okay, that's fine. How about Daphne? What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to get toward where the dwarf is by going around the ledge. Try to get to the other side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I think the only one's actually going to be able to attack is, well, let me see with the bubble. Yeah, okay. You guys are going to move because you'll have to move cautiously and you're swimming, Vanessa. So I don't think that's going to be ideal for attacking. So really only Colin will get to actually attack this round, and let's roll initiative.
2.
4. All right, it's going to go first. So there's 1 on Colin. You look at taller dice, misses, and then 1 on the swimming Vanessa, misses. Okay, so Colin, you get 1 on you.
Yeah, he's very mad about all this soaking wet, so he hopes he can hit it. Oh yeah, armor class 4 for 7.
Nice. You swing through this bubble so hard.
Probably all these little bubbles start floating, and he's like, "Oh no!"
All right, so that's in the round. So what does everybody want to do? There's 1 bubble that's on you, Vanessa, as you're kind of getting to the shore. I guess you're right near Colin now. So Colin, you see this 1 bubble following Vanessa. Vanessa's pulling herself up on the shore. Daphne's coming around the edge of the shore. So you guys are all near this bubble, I guess, if you want to attack it. The kobolds are gone at this point. They're up the
Will we have to get in the water though to reach it though?
No, it's basically Vanessa's like pulling herself up on the side, and it's like right over her head.
Oh yeah, Colin's still pissed off, so he'll try to hit it.
Okay. Do you want to try to attack it from the water, Vanessa, or you want to pull up yourself out of the water?
I'm just gonna pull myself out of the water.
Okay. How about Daphne? You're coming around. Do you want to try to attack this thing as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So initiative, John. 2, 1.
3.
All right, you go first.
Yeah, Colin's just going to try to break it into a bunch of small bubbles. Oh man, I rolled a nat 1. I guess Vanessa scared me off or something.
Oh man. Come on, Daphne.
Yeah, let's see if I can do it. Oh, armor class 7.
That hits.
Okay. For 3 points.
That pops it. You swept the bubble, and you're standing there. I'm assuming you brought the lantern over because you were holding it. And you guys kind of look around, and the water's still like tinkling, and you can, Vanessa pulled herself up, and you guys can like see maybe like little bubbles forming at the top, but none of you're like, are they going to come at us? But no bubbles come, and you don't hear the kobolds anymore. They seem to have run away.
Could we have seen what they had in that net? You said they actually pulled up something.
Yeah, they did. It looked like it was some kind of a bag, like a large sack, a large leather sack, and you could hear the coins jingling as they were running with it.
And that's just gonna say, "Come on, listen, we don't have all day. We got to catch up with them and kill them and take that gold."
You didn't see anything at the bottom when you swam down there besides your stuff?
Nope. And Vanessa's gonna take off up the stairs.
Okay, this is probably a good point. Maybe to take a little bio break.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah, it's like what, almost 9:30. Yeah, let's do a bio break for 5 minutes, and we'll come back and see what happens. Excellent. Do that. Do like that.
I'm back. If anyone else is.
I never left.
You're
Right.
just tired because you fought cat dragons all day.
I'm here too.
Did you do another cat dragon game?
Oh, we did a part 2
Yeah.
because like the first one ended.
Today you did it?
Yeah, we did part 2 today. Yep.
You should have been there. It was a blast. I played an artificer, and so I took the magic initiate so I could get the find familiar wizard spell, and that way I could have my little cat dinosaur.
Yep.
And I also had a still defender, and
Okay.
yeah, like I didn't realize, like I had read about the still defender a little bit, and then like I never actually looked up what a still defender was. So I thought it was just kind of like, another form of like a, companion. But like they're actually way more badass than that. And so, and then Nikki was like, okay, but are you going to have your still defender do anything else? I was like, I don't know anything else it could do. And she's like, yeah, like, I mean, it can like deflect attacks and stuff. And I'm like, wait, it can what?
Okay, good. Well, let's get back to this anyways. But that's
Yeah,
good to
sorry.
know about your 5e game. You know what else deflects attacks? Your head.
That's true.
The bubbles come. No, I'm just kidding. I would like to hear about it, but let's get back to the game.
Yeah.
All right. Tony's back, right?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, I thought Tony was. Okay, good. Yeah, so you guys can certainly make your way up, soaking wet, make your way back up those stairs. You get to the, you go up, it's a small set of stairs, and you go across about 40 foot of flat ground, and then you go up another 30 foot worth of stairs, then another platform, then more stairs. You cross that area where unless you want to go back down there where the orcs were. I don't think you want to go there, right? To the south. You go past that, and you basically get towards the entrance. The portcullis is there, and it is still up because you put that spike in it.
We never saw any sign of those kobolds that ran away.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, you would probably fall. You could. They were dragging, carrying a wet bag, so you were kind of maybe you see some splashes of water and stuff. It looks like they probably went this way, like out the front.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, yeah. If you were to get it looks like you left the portcullis open, so they ran right out that way. So if you were to follow them, you're basically out in that main hallway again. Let me just check for this. Out here, it's not so easy to track them. You think they could have gone outside, or they might have. I mean, it was hard to lift the portcullis, so you don't know if they were able to go down the other one. Remember, there's two of them in this room. You're basically in this like really wide corridor, and then you guys went to the one that was on the left, which is the east side. They're both going south. These portcullises. You went to the east side one, but there's one on the west side as well. So there's actually a description.
West side.
I haven't been doing any
see
box
where I
text.
messed my map up now.
Yeah.
It was at that portcullis.
Yeah. So when you look down this other passageway, you can see that actually it goes. Well, first of all, you don't think they went this way. They probably left and went outside. I mean, if you want to chase them outside, you certainly could do that. Is that your plan? You're going to go after the kobolds? You want to continue to explore in here?
No, I would think Colin at that point would probably be some calm down and just suggest that, well, they've got too far away outside. Let's go back this other way.
Yeah, I agree.
You should wring out your beard, Colin. You look wet.
Yeah, I might. It's just dripping everywhere.
You guys are soaking wet. And Crystal, your character Vanessa with that giant backpack with all that stuff in it, it very weighs like 50 pounds now. It probably
I don't have a whole lot of stuff in it.
Well, you got 3 bottles of wine, you got oil, you got a sack. It's all, well, I mean, none of that stuff gets heavier because the weapon sack doesn't show as a backpack. Anyways, I'm just giving you a hard time. So yeah, you look down this corridor and this box text. Two passageways can be seen here. Each is behind a double portcullis. The first one leads south, while the second extends west. So basically, like the other one, where you could go south or you could go east. Once it's like a little V shape. Here you could go south or you could go west. Either way, you'd have to lift up portcullis. You can see down both corridors if you take time to look with your infravision. And let's see, to the west, 6. It goes out to the west further than you can see. Like it goes beyond the length of your infravision. To the south, it goes beyond the length of your infravision. However, you do see just at the edge of your infravision and in the southern passage, a doorway on the western wall.
Another door.
Let's say we check it first.
Agreed.
Okay.
I'll go. Want me to go that way with the lantern?
Yeah.
So this is like, sorry, but this is like the other way. You'll have to lift the portcullis to do it, but you're plenty strong enough to do so. I don't know if you want to try to bang it so it stays up again, Colin, or if you're just going to let it go down to the ground.
No, I'm going to spike it if I can.
Okay, yeah, you can definitely do that. So which way? I'm sorry, south or to the west?
Towards where you said the door was, I think.
That'd be the south.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you pull up that southern portcullis. You guys lift it, and again, it kind of like, and you know that it will probably stay, at least for a little while. But because you're on, because it's old, as Colin noted, he bangs a spike in, and that way, if it does drop a little bit, it won't fall away to the ground. And you move forward down that corridor to that door. When you get to it, it is a pretty solid wooden door. It appears to be locked, and it is of a strong oaken construction. When you're standing at the doorway, you can look down the corridor further to the south, and you can see that it goes beyond the length of your lantern light with no other doors and no other turns, just straight south.
Hmm.
Well, open locks is not one I took, but can I try it anyway?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
You could do other things, bash the door down, pull it over, try to yank it open, but you don't have to go to pick a lock.
Okay.
Yeah, Vanessa will take the butt of her spear and try and bash the lock or whatever.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you do that. You hit the door, and very strangely, it does not sound hollow behind it.
Huh. Do you know how to look over things for traps?
Yeah, I can find traps. Yep.
Let's see if this thing is trapped. It doesn't sound hollow behind it.
Yeah, you start looking at it and you realize that this door actually doesn't, you kind of get on your hands and knees and you're like looking underneath it, and you see that the door itself just goes basically flat to the wall. And you would imagine, though there's no way to actually say without unlocking it, that if you were actually unable to unlock this door and open it, that likely some kind of a trap would have sprung, and it's basically just a false door.
Okay. Don't hit it again. It's a false door.
Let's see. Why would someone put a false door here?
Well, why would someone create bubbles that attack you and pull you underwater?
I don't know how those bubbles were made. They could.
Yeah, I mean, you would know that the things like this are sometimes built into castles as part of the fortification, so that an invading force, they would unlock the door, and then like somebody running in to just raid the castle would open the door and it'd be a way to like delay them.
Oh yeah, I figured, but yeah. I wanted to be snarky, so.
Oh no, I know, yeah, but no, I'm saying a fighter would probably know that. Yeah.
Oh okay.
Oh okay.
I guess Colin would suggest that let's go down the dark, the corridor it leads on for ways, it seems, past this.
Okay.
Might as well.
I'll take the lantern and head that way. Keeping an eye out for stuff.
For stuff.
You know, rotted things on the floor. I don't want another pit trap. I don't, you know.
Okay.
Stuff, things, items.
All right, so you're walking down, and you can actually see that the lantern is, revealing it in front of you. You probably see it. Well, when the lantern hits it, just 30 feet in front of you. You see that the corridor could continue straight to the south, or it can turn left, which would be to the east. You're not at that intersection yet, but you. But
Okay.
you see it in front of you. Yeah.
I will tell Colin, maybe you should go up there and see what you can see without the lantern. Down both ways.
Yep, and he will.
Okay, yeah. So you can. Wow. Okay. Colin, you start to walk forward to that intersection. Just as you're getting there, you look, and you see that the stonework looks very weird right in that intersection, and it doesn't look like proper stone. Like it looks like it's sitting up a little funny.
Oh, if that catches his attention, he'll definitely stop and start inspecting it.
Yeah, and you can see, like when you get down on it, that it is actually another one of those areas that are like a fake floor that's wooden, and it would probably have collapsed under your weight when you touch it. If not under your weight.
Let's see. Well, I don't really have anything to mark it with. He'll just try to make a mental note of where it's at, though, when they come.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to get so from there, right? Well, you can see actually as you're standing in front of it, before you go past it, that the corridor goes south another like 30 or so feet beyond where this pit would be, and then does like a T-split, so it goes east-west. You also see that as you kind of peer around that corner, that's going east, that corridor goes yeah, it goes longer than your infravision shows. So you know that it goes down at least 60 feet. So you basically got directly in front of you, you got the pit trap, basically. If you were to cross it and go down, you got another 30 feet, then it's a T section. Or if you want to kind of just turn, you can go to the east, and that's a long corridor. Now that you know this is here, you can avoid it by just kind of stepping, on the corners, if you'd like.
Yep, he's going to go back and get Vanessa and Daphne and, tell them about what he found and, tell them to follow him closely because there's another pit trap up there.
Okay.
Well, should we open the pit trap and look down? I mean, last time we found that wine.
Yes, but let's wait till we get on the other side first before we set it off.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, if you get to past it, you want to just like collapse it down because it's weak. So if you just like hit it with some weight, it'll just collapse. Or you can try to pull it off gently.
I was gonna say we'll take Daphne's mace and maybe hit it real hard.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you definitely can do that. So yeah, you whack it and it basically is just very soft wood and it kind of crumbles and falls down, and you can immediately smell. It's again like the other one about 8 foot down. This like really strong like vinegar smell, and as you look down there, you see that there were some casks down there that were probably like wine or ale that have definitely gone rotten and bad, and you can actually see like the floor is it's got like weird like mushroomy moss growing on it, and there's some broken casks down there. As I said, it smells like vinegar.
Is it purple moss?
It is not purple, no. Nope, that smelled sweet. Actually, this smells. That smelled like a sickly, like a swampy sweet. This smells like vinegar.
Well, I don't think we want that wine. So.
No. Which way do y'all want to go, though?
Oh, I always heard this saying: "Good adventures always go right."
Well, from where you're standing, you can go straight or left.
Oh,
well, if you go to the end, you can go right, I suppose.
Good adventures always go left.
No, I mean, if you go south first, you can go right. I'm just giving you a hard time. But from where you're standing, you can either go left or straight. I mean, yeah, left or straight.
Left.
So east.
Left.
If everyone's okay with that, sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
You-
you take the. Go ahead, I'm
I
sorry.
was just going to ask, does Daphne, you want to go back first with the lantern, or do you want me to continue?
If you can see, okay. I just want to make sure everyone can see. I'll stay in the back so that the lantern doesn't bother you.
Yeah, Colin to keep going first then.
Yeah, as long as you leave some space and he's not within the lantern light. So you got to be some space, about 20 feet in front of everybody. Which would put him roughly 30 feet in front of you. So, anyways, you start to walk ahead, and it doesn't take long before your vision catches that this hallway is only about maybe 80 feet long. So you walk down a little bit, and then at the edge of your vision, you see a door straight at the end of the corridor.
Yep, you'll wait till they get closer then and ask Daphne if she wants to check the door.
Yep, I'll do the find traps. If I can again, Daniel.
Yeah, so you come up to the door and check it. It does have a lock on it, although it is not locked. It doesn't appear to be any kind of a trap on it, though. It seems like it's there's no pitfalls or it's not going to collapse on you. It seems like it's a real door. Maybe you can peek through the lock so you see that there's something behind there, although you can't really see what it is because it's dark. You look in the lock and make sure there's no like poison that's going to grab your hand or whatever you touch it. Everything seems pretty safe.
Okay. I will tell the group this and say, do you want me to open the door?
Yes, let's see what's behind there.
Does it open out or does it push in?
We'll say it pushes in. Why not?
Okay. Just kind of push it open and carefully peek my head inside with the lantern.
Okay, yeah. So this room is a semicircle. You're on the flat part of it, so it's like half a circle.
Okay.
So basically, the west wall is completely flat, about 40 feet long. The room itself is about 20 foot or so deep, but it's semicircular, so it cuts up. You can see also on the west wall, on the southern part of it, so basically at the far part of the wall, like you're at one part, so at the further part down, there's another door. So basically going back the way you came, but in a different hallway, obviously. But more importantly, in this small and once luxuriously decorated semicircular room is a tiny 3 foot by 3 foot alcove in which stands a statue of a young girl with arms outstretched. The area seems peaceful.
Hmm. I'm gonna go in and I want to check out the statue, like see if there's any writing or any kind of markings or anything on it.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So yeah, you come into the room, and like I said, it looks like it was once luxurious. Like it looks like it was probably some kind of a sitting room, possibly a prayer room, maybe. Although this doesn't seem religious per se. You could see that there were like beautiful tapestries on the wall that have since gone to ruin, and they're just dust, basically. There were like chairs here. You could see the remnants of the wood and kind of pieces where it looked like they were maybe coated in velvet. As you approach the statue, you can see that it's a young girl. It's nothing recognizable to you. Like it doesn't seem like it's any kind of deity or symbol that you've ever seen before. But she just looks peaceful, and she's got her arms outstretched.
Okay. What happens if does it move if I push on it or anything like that?
Oh, you want to push on the statue?
I do, yes.
Like push on its nose?
I don't know, can I put like the shoulders and kind of
Oh, to kind of move it? Yeah,
Yeah.
You can do it. Yeah, for sure. So you grab the statue and see if it moves. And in fact, when you do, it kind of twists. And as you kind of turn the shoulders, the arms actually drop. And not only that, a narrow passageway. So remember, this alcove is only 3 feet wide, so it's about 2 foot wide passageway, like opens behind. So you can see that like you could fit through it, but you'd have to go like sideways to get through.
Okay, I'm gonna call Colin in and Vanessa, tell them what I found and see if he can see further through the passageway without the
Well,
lamp.
I mean, you have the lantern, right? So you can actually see in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you shine the lantern, past the. I mean, you can call them over to, but you shine the lantern in the through this narrow passageway. It looks like it's looking into like a room that's maybe like about 15-foot square. There's a plaque that's oh, interesting. Like, I'm trying to see because the way this is drawn, it doesn't look like it looks like the description. Okay, so there's basically it's a 15-foot by 15-foot room. You're looking in from the west wall. All the ways on the east wall, there's a plaque that's actually it looks like it's bronze, and it says, "All that glitters is not gold." Below that, there's a small fountain of water. And in the north and the south walls are covered with arises. Is that like a tapestry? It must be a tapestry. Let's look up this word that I don't know. A rich tapestry, yes. Aha. All right, figure it out. So both walls are covered with rich tapestries. One as a scene of a young maiden with golden hair sitting on a silver throne. Upon her head rests a coronet of silver and rubies, and on her hand a scepter of silver topped by a very large blood red ruby. The areas of the tapestries show a warrior in blue and silver resting casually in a wooden armchair decorated with carvings. His feet are propped upon a stool. So one of them has this beautiful like princess basically, and the other one has this like knight on the north and south walls. And then the plaque on the east wall that says, all that glitters is not gold, and then below it is a small fountain that seems to be, it's tinkling water.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, guys? I mean, I'm gonna go in.
Okay,
But
cool.
They want to come with me as
What is this? It goes in. Is the room big enough for all of us once we went on
Yeah,
into it?
it's like 15 feet. I mean, it's not a tiny room. It's small for like a Dungeons and Dragons room, but it's yeah, you could definitely all fit in. You'll have to go through
one at a time. Then we follow in.
Yeah. Okay. So you step through, and when you do, of course, where is it? Okay. So you step through the entryway, Daphne,
Yep.
and you hear, and from the ceiling, like something opens, and what gold leaf, a lot of it actually pours down all over you, and you basically just got glitter bombed.
gold leaf.
Yeah, you have been gold leafed. It says the glitter will stick to all exposed skin, hair, leather, and cloth, which is basically all of you. Get your thief. So you have been glittered.
Remember what I said earlier about magpies? Okay. Coming back to haunt me now.
Yep.
But we don't. It doesn't hurt, right? I mean, we don't.
Absolutely not. You're just covered in gold. You're like basically that James Bond. What was that? Goldfinger.
Goldfinger, yeah. All right. I want to carefully. Well, I didn't step in very carefully, but I do want to look at the tapestries. I want to look behind them. If there's anything.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So you look at them. They are beautiful. They are very large. I mean, they're probably valuable, but they'd be a pain to get out of here. I mean, so if you wanted to take them, you could, but it'd probably take you a bit to get them down. But as you're kind of looking around, the plaque is bronze, as I described, and it says, "All that glitters is not gold." And by the way, Tony, because you're a dwarf, that is definitely gold that's on her. She's been gold leafed. The dwarf can definitely smell that. Yeah, yeah. It's about 200 gold pieces worth of gold leaf.
Is there a way to like scrape it off into a sack or a bag or?
Yeah, if you try to get it off of her, it's really stuck to her. Like probably you could get it off, but it's not going to be easy. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be a process. You're going to be golden for a while.
I'm basically the crab from Moana at this point. Okay, I got it. I'm shiny. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm gonna start looking at the statues then, like the one of the warrior or whatever.
Oh yeah, the tapestries. Yeah,
Yeah, tapestry. I'm sorry.
yeah. They're beautiful, and like I said, they're large. I mean, they're like almost 15 feet wide by 15 feet tall. They definitely could be taken down, and they're probably quite valuable, but they're big. Like it'd probably take 2 people to carry one, just because of the bulk of it. But you certainly could sell them. I mean, they're beautiful. They look like they haven't aged at all, even though they've been here for a long time.
Do we recognize maybe who the person is depicted on it?
Yeah, I mean, you could imagine based on the legends that you know that they are. It's probably the princess. And actually, there's another part of the story that there was a suitor that had come, and he was according to the stories that you've heard, he was turned away by her her handlers. So this seems a little bit weird, maybe that there'd be a tapestry of them. Possibly you don't have the story. Let me see if I'll get the part of the story that you would know.
And then I want to do something else when you're done there.
Yep. Oh yeah. So what you've heard is this. So she had the lady's heart, and she threw a great ball. And so what you hear is that many people came from all around, but perhaps she shouldn't have been so eager to show it, because one guest in particular seemed like he was interested more than the beauty of it, and he wanted to steal it, and he was roaming freely, and was gazing upon the princess. 2 dwarves and an elf, who were her handlers, confronted him after the party, and he was never heard from again. That's the only that's the only man that you've heard of in the stories. Would be this knight that was driven off by the dwarves and elves. So you've definitely heard of it being a dwarf. He was some kind of thief. But that'd be weird that there was. I mean, it does seem odd that there's a tapestry in this room for it. But as you're looking too, I should probably mention that behind the northern tapestry there is a door. It was hidden.
Okay. Yeah,
So we
because
like to call it sealed door.
Colin's going to open it now. He's not going to let Daphne get glitter bombed again or whatever.
well, I was gonna try to there's a fountain. I didn't know if the water, if I put my hands under it, if it would take any of the.
Oh yeah, sure. If you want to try to wash it off.
Well, I just want to see what happens because it's underneath the plaque. It says all that glitters is not gold, and I'm curious, spider. So, yeah, I want to try it.
Yeah. So it says I'll tell you what it says here. If the players attempt to wash it off with water, all they will succeed in doing is rearranging it a little.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Well, maybe if we get to town, you could sell your armor and your clothes. Now that they're all gold leaf, they might be worth something. And then, maybe some men will pay you to look upon your golden skin.
That could be. Yeah. It is rather pretty. She's looking at it.
Yeah, it's nice. The only downside to it, well, actually, you don't know the shit. You're very reflective. Let me just say.
I could probably guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So you open the door, and you're looking into a corridor that runs about 30 feet to the north. At that point, it then turns to the east.
Yeah, I'm going to start down that way, and you'll motion for them to come with me, man.
Does someone else want to carry the lantern since now it's reflecting off of me like the sun?
Yeah, I guess.
Can't believe I got. I mean, you don't have to. I'll carry it. It's just it'll be very noticeable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put my shield away and take the lantern again.
So you okay, so you're going and who's going first?
Colin will, since he opened it, he'll just continue on.
Okay. And who's second?
I guess it should
Vanessa.
be.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vanessa, you step through the door, and I guess maybe because you're holding the lantern now, or whatever. You kind of notice, out of the corner of your eye, that right to the right-hand side of this door on that wall, there seems to be like slightly open, or you just see a tiny little space where it might be some kind of one of these secret doors you've seen in the past where you pushed it open, and you kind of look at it, and you just barely think you hear the sound of something, like something moving inside of it.
Colin, There's something over here.
They'll stop then immediately.
I thought I heard something moving behind it. It sounds like looks like a secret door, and I thought I heard a creature. Ah, gosh, dog it.
Well, push it open. I'm coming that way.
She'll kick it open with her foot.
All right. I mean, you got to push it because it's like a. But yeah, you push it open with your foot. When you do, you actually see it's a pretty small room, and it is packed with peanuts. It is packed with kobolds. And you open the door, and they got no place to go, so they're going to charge you. So,
Oh my gosh.
But you know they're there, so it's going to be a straight initiative. I think. Well, let me just see if they're scared first. No, they're not scared. All right, so yeah, there's a lot of kobolds in this room. I'll give you a quick idea of the room, though. It's a 20-foot square room. There's 4 statues, one in each corner. And just there was these kobolds just in here, like hiding, basically. They must have heard you coming or something. And when you open the door, they realize the jig's up, and they just, they're going to charge at you, basically. But what's everybody doing? I don't know that you could. It's only a 3-foot wide door, so probably only unless there's some moves or goes into the room, which I don't even know if you could do. You're not going to be able to more than only Vanessa's going to be able to get in there, I think. Because you're basically standing in front of the door. You can move out of the way and let somebody else, but then what I'm saying is it's so narrow that only one person is going to be able to attack if you want to try to attack them.
Stab.
Okay. All right, yeah. So Daphne and Colin, you can see the door open, but it would be very difficult for you to be able to get any.
Okay.
Action to be able to get into that.
How tall, Vanessa? How tall is Vanessa? Like 5 something, probably 5 foot tall. Crystal.
I mean, yeah, that's average human. I didn't actually roll for my height or anything.
Well, this is what Colin wants to do. He wants to run up there and take out a flask of oil and light it up. And since he's only about 3.5 foot tall, he wants to throw that oil up into the room on him. Because he's pissed at the kobolds now.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
all right. Okay, that's epic. All right, so it'll take you around to get everything out and get it set. So
get it ready. Okay.
You prep that. What's Daphne doing?
Daphne is she doesn't speak kobold, but she's all glittery gold. She's gonna stand there and try to be like, I am a goddess. You will fear me, and try to intimidate.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Try that. All right, excellent. Go ahead. It's your turn to roll initiative 2, Nikki.
Oh God.
You say it in common? 5.
3.
I think I'm gonna go first. So they're small, so 2 of them are gonna be able to stab through the hole at Vanessa, who's basically standing there. Let's see how good they'd be at it. First one rolls a 7, so misses terribly. Second one rolls a 14, which I do not think hits you. 14 only hits an AC of 5, so that does not hit Vanessa because you have AC 3. All right, yeah, so 2 of them try to hack at you, but it's such a small space, it's just not happening. So go ahead, Vanessa, if you want to poke one.
I'll be at 4 right now because I don't have a shield. Just let you know.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and try and stab one anyway. I give up.
You surrender? Because they might take a surrender.
No. I mean, I definitely do not hit one.
All right. Well, they missed you as well. It's a bit of a crazy melee. All right, you're lighting up the thing. You're basically yelling you're a goddess.
Yes, I am.
What's your charisma?
12.
All right. Oh, boy. Let's see. No. The reaction is unfriendly may attack. Yeah, I think that's pretty much
Yeah.
whatever you're doing there, not liking. Yeah. They're either they see it as a blasphemy, or they're scared of it, or you don't know what it is, but they just look at you like you might even hear, because since Sony's character speaks Kobold, there's something like the golden statue, get it.
Yeah, really.
Hey, you get glitter bombs, you gotta try to do something with it. So
no, it's awesome. Maybe you get something that's not kobolds. All right, so let's just roll initiative again then, because that's basically 4.
Oh, 4.
Oh, simultaneous. Okay. All right, so you want a stabby stab? I'm assuming, Vanessa. Sorry, I didn't ask. I just assumed.
Yeah, I'll stabby stab.
Okay.
Do I go first?
Yeah, well, it's simultaneous. You guys can just go and then.
Okay. Oh my god, finally, like 17 to hit, which would hit armor class 2.
Okay, damage.
It's gonna be like 1 damage. Watch. All right. Oh shit! Hell yeah! Like freaking 9 damage, max damage.
Wow. Okay.
Ah,
Nice. Yeah, you run one of
finally.
the bullets.
All right, I'm done. I'll see you guys next week.
You run the one kobold through. Go ahead, Tony. You
And
want to
throw
throw
the
that?
oil. I can throw the oil in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's a tiny squeeze.
I'm trying to like throw it, with a splash and burn and burn
Yeah,
a couple of them
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. Just make an attack. We'll say, I'm gonna give it like armor class of like 6. Let's say.
That's what I hit. Armor class 6.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you toss it in past the ones in the doorway, like behind them, so that doesn't obviously bounce back in it, Vanessa. And it splatters inside the room. And go ahead and roll a d8 for damage there.
4.
Okay, and they roll a d6 to see how many of them hit because they're really tight together. Did you say it? I didn't hear it. D6.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm of 6.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Yes,
6.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, that's fantastic. They're still gonna get 2 attacks against Crystal before they die, but that basically kills all between the one Crystal killed and the one where you just. All right, the 2 that were on you don't hit you anyways. There was literally 7 of them in there, and you killed 1 Crystal, and then you just killed 6 with the fire. I mean, it takes a little while for them to burn up, but the fire just hits them, and they're wearing rags and stuff, and you hear them running around, and they're like, yeah, you probably have to close the door because it's like an inferno in there. But yeah, after maybe like a few minutes, you open it back up and you look in there and you just see that all the statues are like covered with like burnt fur and there's like a stench of bodies in here. But yeah.
Colin will look at Daphne and go, "Well, do you want to go in there and look around?"
Vanessa says, "Look for that sack of gold. See if they have it. Maybe these guys are the ones that have that sack."
Yeah, if the flames die down, I'll go in there.
They have the sack of gold. You know what? Let me see. I'll see if they're the ones. Yes, indeed. Although the sack, well, no, it's leather, so it probably is fine. Yeah, you go in there and you can see that. I'll give you what the room looked like before you did what you did. The 4 statues dominate the room, 1 in each corner. Each one is of a young girl in a different pose. Between the 2 statues on the east wall is a kneeling bench, and on it rests an open book. Now you can clearly know that's not there anymore.
Right.
Plush rugs that are still in fair condition, cover the floor. So what you see is right where was probably a kneeling bench. It's all burnt up. There's a book that's destroyed. The statues are kind of dirty. There is a sack with gold in it from the kobolds, and of course they're terrible kobold equipment, which is useless to you guys. But yeah, there's a sack of gold there. 133 gold pieces at that.
Okay. I will take that and give it to Colin. Say, here you go. That's what you wanted, right?
Well, since you're full of gold as it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 133 gold pieces, and then there's also a ring made of silver that has like a wolf's head on it.
That's what kind of head?
A wolf. It's made out of silver.
I'm gonna put it on to see if anything happens.
I
just slide it on.
Okay.
You're cursed and become a werewolf.
Yeah, nothing immediately changes in you when you put it on.
He'll wear it, and he'll keep it on for now.
Yeah. It's fancy.
And these statues, they're just all the. Does it look like it's the same girl? The one that
Yep.
It is. Yep. Okay.
Do we know anything in the legend mentioning about wolves or anything?
I don't think so. No. Let me just quickly check. No, No. What
Okay.
you would have heard in the legend is that a dragon destroyed the land. This guy showed up, he got run off, and then a dragon destroyed the land. And there was rumors that maybe either he was a dragon or that he was a dragon rider.
Okay.
But that was nothing to do with wolves. I will point out it's a little meta, but just so that it doesn't go down a weird black hole. There's like a whole hex crawl that comes with this module. So that may or may not be relevant, the wolf thing, but it's not tied at all to this adventure, the way we're running it. So
All right.
you wouldn't know anything about it. I mean, it's not part of this.
A goodly werewolf dragon rider.
Right, could be.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so but essentially the book, which may have had information, is destroyed.
It is destroyed. Okay. And none of these statues probably move or anything, right? If I like push on them.
Yeah, you still want to do that. Oh yeah, you can do that. You push on the statues, none of them seem to move now.
Okay.
Again, really
Love
well
it.
crafted. You know, maybe they have some value if you were to drag them out. They're heavy, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try that.
There's the bench. It kind of appears probably kind of like some kind of a prayer bench. Probably you said it's like a kneeling bench.
Yep.
This must have been some kind of prayer room or something for that girl to come to. Maybe it was some type of book of prayers that we unfortunately destroyed or something.
We unfortunately destroyed.
Well, the kobolds.
You were probably right, Colin. This may have been a place they squirreled her away or something, since it was hidden.
Hmm.
At least hidden from the way we came in. So.
Yeah, and
Wow.
actually, if you oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Vanessa was just gonna say let's continue, but
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So if you come out of this room and you kind of go up to that corner, what you'll see is there's a door, kind of set into the stone. It's kind of different than the wooden doors you've been seeing. It's kind of a stone door on the west wall. Or you could go east, but you can see that it only goes a little bit to the east, and then it looks like there was a collapse.
Here, Colin wants to look at the stone door. Does it appear to be a dwarf door made?
Yeah, it was probably carved by dwarfs. You would think it's definitely it's set very like nicely into the wall, and very different than any of the doors that you've seen that have been like the regular doors.
Yeah, that's really caught his interest, so he's gonna try to open it.
Okay, yeah. You pull it open, and it looks down into a dark corridor with stairs going down. Yeah, you would recognize that this is basically now you're on the other side of that one-way door that you guys had encountered.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna head that way, kind of mesmerized by it. So
Yeah.
he's gonna continue on if Daphne and Vanessa will follow.
mhm.
Wait,
Okay, yeah.
the other side of the one-way door, the one that we found.
Yep. After you were chasing the kobolds.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably deduce that they probably left the door open, and that's how they got back through it, and then closed it. So that's why you guys couldn't follow them, and then they ended up in this room over here. So yeah, if you go down just to confirm, you basically it's the same. I mean, assuming you don't close the door behind you, you can come back if you want, and you head down. And you find that collapsed floor area where you found the wine, and Vanessa fell in, and you're basically back on that side. You found a loop essentially.
All right,
Colin.
but nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been
Yeah,
here
so it's
before,
basically-
Colin.
Yeah.
She puts
Yeah,
her
I mean,
hand on his
knowing this-
shoulder, leaves a smear of gold dust all over his cloak.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, so but essentially, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm just trying to be clear. You're basically made a loop. So like, if you were
Right.
to follow this back, you're just going to end up where you encountered the orcs and all of that stuff again.
Yeah, I mean, once we know it, we'll just go back. And
Yeah.
The other side's collapsed. You said though. From there.
Yeah, it's collapsed. Yeah, so you could basically know that you can get out this way if you need to because you know it's here. It's like a secret door, and that things can't follow you from the other way. So it might be useful to you. But as far as exploration, you've already explored that section, so I don't think that you want to. I mean, you can go back if you want, but I'm assuming you don't want to. Yeah, so knowing that's the case, You guys circle back around. You come back out into that room, past the area where the glitter fell onto Daphne, and you're back in that room again, the semicircular room with the statue with the two arms reaching out.
There was a door at the end of that room, right? On the other side?
That's correct. So, right, because you came in from essentially the north side of the west wall, there's a door on the south side of the west wall.
Shall we go that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you open up that door, and you're looking down a corridor that goes down, further than your lantern inversion would go, to the east. However, after only about 30 feet, there's a path to the south. So, like, it goes to the east. Who knows how far? But after 30 feet, there's a path to the south. So if you can go there if you wanted, or you can go past it, of course.
Okay. Which way?
Boy.
Well, let's take the first way, the cut off back to the south here.
To the south? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you walk up to that intersection and you look down to the south, and you see about 20 feet down on the western side of the hallway, there's a door. The hallway only goes about another 10 feet, and then it turns to the east. So basically, you're looking south, 20 feet down, western wall is a door. Another 10 feet down, the passage turns to the east.
Okay.
Be careful of the doors. We already know that some of them could be faults.
Yeah, I would do a find traps on that door.
You want to check that door?
Mhm.
Sure. Cool, for sure. Let's see. Sorry, you got further than I thought you were going to, so I have to read ahead a little bit. Okay. All right, yeah. Yes and no. You realize that the door is not a trap per se, but that it seems to activate something. The door is a lever, but it's not clear. I'd say it's not clear from where you are what it does, except that you know that if you were to open the door, that something would happen, but not on this side of the door, if that makes sense. So, like,
It does.
if you open the door, like, it's not going to do anything to you, but something on the other side of the door, it might do something to.
I will tell that to Colin and Vanessa and say, I don't know if we would necessarily die, but something might happen that we could run into later, maybe? Or something else could get just, I don't know. I don't know what it will do.
Well, let's not open that door for now then.
Okay. Just because I don't know what it will do. And at this point, who knows? So.
Okay.
Unless
Yeah.
you feel differently, Colin.
Oh no, Colin would agree with y'all.
Okay.
Excellent. All right, so you're going to go past this door, this very harmless door, and
Yes.
to the end of the corridor. It's then the only way to go if you continue to follow is basically to the east. You travel down about 40 feet, and there's actually a door on the southern wall. And your lantern light just shows a little bit further, and you can see that. I mean, it's actually just slightly out of the lantern light, but I was going to tell you. The hallway travels basically another 50 feet to the east, and then turns to the north. So, door on the southern wall, or travel down 50 feet and go to the north.
Doorway.
Yeah, find traps in the door.
Okay, you want to take time to find the door?
I do.
Fair enough. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, you do not sense any or find any traps on the door. The door seems 100% safe. However, roll a d6.
Okay. A 1.
A 1, excellent. My favorite number.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. You hear coming from basically further to the east, so that where you know it goes to the east, then it turns to the north. You hear from that hallway footsteps coming.
Okay. Do you hear that?
Yeah,
I
everybody.
ask. Everybody hears it? Okay. But this door wasn't trapped. Should we go in and try to hide?
Sure.
Well, we've done pretty good about facing everything. I wonder if we, does this sound like a large group of, or just like maybe 1 or 2, or?
You could make a roll under your wisdom to get a sense for it. You hear like mailed feet, like feet walking.
Yeah, I actually made it 6 out of 8.
Nice.
Yeah, you think there's probably between 4 and 6 of them. You would gather. It's hard to know exactly. And you can hear the sound of plate mail. Basically, you know they're wearing plate mail or something.
Oh no, yeah, let's hide.
I mean, I don't know what's on the other side.
If we're lucky, maybe we can at least ambush them or something. Depending if we think,
Yeah, I was going to say at Colin that hearing it's a group of them and they're probably heavily armored. Yeah, he would agree with you, Daphne, and Vanessa. Let's go in that room and hide.
So
you
yeah,
open the door.
Oh,
Go ahead. You'll do what? Tell me.
Nothing. I thought we were just no. Go ahead. You said we opened the door,
room, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you open the door, and you immediately notice, and you see standing there,
Of course.
Of course.
6 men. They are in chainmail armor. They're wielding swords and axes. They're kind of standing there. They have like shaggy beards. They're clearly soldiers, but they're kind of unkempt looking. Let me look at the reaction real here. Clearly they heard you having a conversation outside their door.
Gosh, dang it.
They look at you and they say, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, we came here to hide, but if you're already hiding here, we'll find somewhere else.
We hide from no men.
Well,
that's-
obviously, I'm not a man. I'm a goddess.
You are covered in gold. I forgot about
Yep.
that. Yeah. Now, okay, that wisecrack gives an unfriendly reaction, unfortunately. So they say, "We'll take that gold, indeed," and they're gonna actually come at you. So what do you guys want to do? You've got these guys in this room. You got plate mail people coming the other way. What do you want to do?
Run away.
Okay, is everybody gonna run?
Oh,
How many are there?
6. 6. They're in chainmail with swords.
And there's
Yeah.
at least like 4 coming down the hallway in plate. Like, this is not a stick around and battle it out situation.
Yeah, Colin is going to suggest that run out there and maybe get both of those groups after each other. Maybe they'll fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's run.
Hostile.
Let's do it. Yep.
They could be on the same side.
It's true. All right, so you're gonna run. So go ahead. I think we're back around to Tony actually. So roll initiative, Tony.
Oh man, a 1.
Oh no, they
Nice.
got 5. All right, they come running at you guys. The people coming around the corner. They actually, let me see how far away they were. They were here. 2, 9, so they're there. Oh wow, okay, this is good. Well, not good for you, but good. So they come charging. I mean, there's a doorway, and so I'm going to say only maybe 3 of them can kind of burst in, unless they hit you. They're going to try to like push past you, but if they fail to hit you, then they won't be able to get into the hallway. So we'll start with 3. So 1 on each of you. Here we go. Against Vanessa, 3. Against Daphne, 2. Well, these guys suck at hitting. And against Colin, 17. This guy doesn't suck as much. They are. No, that should hit you. I'm sure. We are another armor. I'll just check to make sure. Yeah, that hits AC 2. All right, he's gonna come at you with a sword and give it a swipe. Actually, sword or an axe. So let me. Well, it's battle axe is the same damage, so they're both D8. Doesn't really matter. Oh my god. He comes at you with a sword and chops down at you for 7 points of damage.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, right, but you healed, so you're not.
Yeah, I can say that healing helped me, brought me back up almost to max. So.
Oh my god. Okay. Only one. So only one hit. So only one extra one gets to come out the door. And that one I'll just roll randomly who attacks. The first person that I see here, which is Vanessa. 12 is not going to hit you because you got AC 3. I think they need a 16 to hit you or something like that.
AC 4 because I don't have my shield out.
Oh, okay. So AC 4, so they need a 15 to hit you. They need a 15 to hit you, and they need a 14 to hit everybody else. And that did not hit, so the other ones couldn't get out of the room. So that puts you guys, it's your turn. You're running, I'm assuming. Are you still running? I'm guessing that's good.
Yes.
The other group hears what's going on, and you actually hear them like stop, and you can hear men's voices talking like humans talking. You're running back the way you came, I'm assuming, not towards the other people.
Yeah, and Colin wants to yell something out while they're running away.
Okay, good.
He's going to yell out, "They're down here! They're down here! They're stealing all the gold!"
Nice.
Okay, excellent. You're doing that. Let me just quickly check this. These guys are actually listed in here as to their deal. Okay, so they are these guys. Okay. And how about these guys? Okay. All right. That's good. So you're running. You can run. So you move. You're all moving. Actually, yeah, I think you're moving slightly slower, Vanessa. Right? Because you're in metal armor.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Actually, who's holding that treasure? Tony's character, right? So I think you're
Yeah,
also.
I took the bag of gold.
Yeah, I gotta check my comments here. I think you guys are both moving 90, but I believe that our thief is moving 120. No, you're in leather armor. So actually, no.
Yeah, I think 90, right?
Yeah. So let's see, leather armor, or leather armor, or metal armor. Metal armor carrying treasure. Okay, yeah. So if you're in leather armor, you're moving 90. No matter if you're carrying treasure or not, I guess. Metal armor, you're moving 60. So yeah, you two guys are booking it at 90. Whereas, well, unless you want to wait for Vanessa, she's moving at 60.
No, that's fine. You guys run ahead. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but whatever. But one thing I would like to do, like they're running ahead of me, so I assume they're going to get to that door first. When I get to where that door is, like the one that we came through, like before the statue, I think, or like the door was after the statue, but I mean, I'm going to be running towards the statue. So
You're okay. So Lauren, you're running. Yeah, you guys are running back the way you came, basically.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you were to run, well, you can move 6 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're basically going to get just to that door that you guys didn't go through because you were nervous about it being trapped or whatever. The other two are going to get past that door and almost to the door into the semicircular room, if that's the direction you're all going. Is that
I look at Colin. I say, "Should we open that door? Maybe it'll do something to the guys."
Yeah,
Yes, do it. He yells at you to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Yeah, you can stop. You'll have to stop to open the door, of course.
Of course. Yep.
Are you stopping with Colin? Or you're going to keep running?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop because we're kind of waiting on Vanessa to catch us anyway, right?
Yeah, if you all want to move at her pace, then you'll all just get to the door. Well, you'll get there. Open the door. She'll get there.
Okay.
You can do that. So you pull the door open?
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
I want to, while I'm running away, I want to like hold my spear out kind of like behind me, like vertically, and I want to drop it on the ground. And I'm going to hope that some of those guys will trip over it as they're running after us.
Okay. Good idea. Why is their movement 90? Maybe they just have a good. I'm just looking at this. This doesn't make sense because their AC is 4, so I assume that they're in chainmail. But it shows their movement. I guess they're monsters, so they have their own rules. But because 90 should be leather. If they're in chain, they should move in 60. But I guess they're monsters. That's the reason why. Or they just have better AC because they're monsters. Anyways, in any case, they're fast and they're going to chase you. Well, they may or may not chase you. I have to check the reaction, but that's cool. Yeah, you can throw that down. You guys open the door because they already went, so they'll chase you on their next turn. You open the door and nothing appears to happen, of course, as you figured. And you're looking into a room that is about 20 feet wide, so east to west. You're coming in from the west wall. 30 feet long, north to south. There is another door directly across from you on the other side of the room, and on the south wall there is a fireplace. Otherwise, the room is basically empty. So yeah, so you're standing there looking into this room. Nothing seemed to have happened as far as you can tell.
Okay. Well, there went that idea.
You open the door, and you're standing there with the door open. Vanessa gets to you, and now it's the next turn. So what's they're probably chasing you. So what's everybody's kind of plan?
Well, once Vanessa gets there, we escort her into the room. Can we shut the door and try to secure it?
Yeah, so you're gonna go inside the room. Okay, is that what
Yep.
everybody wants to do?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you'll definitely get there before. I guess unless they win initiative, then they'll actually get there first. So 20 roll initiative.
Oh no.
2 for them.
3.
All right, you go first. Let me just see what their reaction is. I'm just curious if they're okay. Yeah, you guys come in and you slam the door shut, and when you do, you hear, and then the room itself seems to drop. Like you feel like your heart go, and you go, you drop down, and then it gets really, really dark, like unnaturally dark. And then it seems to stop, and you're standing in the room still. You don't hear anything. Like if those guys followed you, they haven't got to the door. They didn't do anything. It's absolutely quiet.
Is it still very dark, like unnaturally dark?
No, I'm sorry. When the darkness went away and you were kind of standing in the room, like your torch, your lantern lit up the room again.
Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of like you dropped into this darkness, and then all of a sudden the darkness, like the lantern, like, and then you're standing in the room.
And we don't hear those guys like pounding on the door.
Nope.
Okay.
You don't hear them.
Wonder if my spirit tripped any of them.
And there is another door out of here?
There's another door on the opposite wall. Yep.
Oh, I'm curious. But do you know what curious does?
Well, I mean, that's what we're here for.
Well, I'm
Well, I
curious if the
say,
door came in if we're in a different space now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say first, why don't you try the door that we actually come in first? See what's up there.
Okay. If I look at that door, Daniel, is there anything weird about it now, or is it the one we came
Well,
in?
you can see, from this side of it. Now that you're looking, you can definitely see the mechanism. It looks like it's something you've probably never seen before. It's very odd. Going across the ceiling, there seems to be like these weird like braces, and when the door opens, it seems to like hit the brace, which then like cocks it back, and then it moves forward. It looks like. What it does, you can't discern. You're guessing. I mean, if this isn't super clear already, that it's probably something to do with magic, which would be beyond your.
Yeah.
So there's a mechanical mechanism there, but what happens once it goes off is magical effect.
So we can't open that door again, is what you're saying?
No, you can. You're just going to cock it again if you do it.
Okay. So I will tell them that. I'm like, if I open this, I'm afraid that something's going to happen with this, whatever these machines are. I'm not a magic person, so I don't know.
Well, you would know that you need to open it and close it to do it. It's a two-part process. So you
Oh,
open
okay.
it, and then when you close it, it goes off. So you could open the door, let's say for instance, and then close it. If you stay in the room, then probably something's going to happen to you in the room, whatever that might be. If you open the door, walk out of the room and close it, it probably won't affect you because it's obviously affecting the room.
Right, but I
I'd
want to be able to close
say-
it again in case those guys are out there. So, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
That's why I'm spraying all that. That's why I'm spelling it all out.
Right.
I say open the door and let's just not close it. Let's just open the door and leave. Like maybe because like I'm afraid that if we close the door, this thing might go back up to them, you know?
Right.
I mean, it could just take us down again, but then again, it could go back up to them and then they'd have a way to get to us. So like, let's just open the door, but not,
Just leave
not
it
close
open.
it yet. Yeah. Just leave it open for now.
All right, I will open the door.
Okay. You open the door. Yeah. And you're looking out into that corridor. It runs north-south. About 20 feet to the north, there's a key intersection, right? And to the south, it turns and goes to the east. You don't see any sign, or you don't hear any sign either of the bearded men or the plate wearing people.
Do we see her spear?
No, the spear's not there.
This is very strange. I don't see or hear anybody. And I don't see your spear, Vanessa. So I don't know if you guys want to go out this way or look at the door that's at the other end of this room.
Well, let's just continue this way for now. Let's see where we're at. What do you think, Colin?
Yes, I agree. I say we check this here to see what's different about it or anything.
That's what I was thinking, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I just also want to clarify. I mean, that's cool what you're doing, whatever, not to change anything you're doing, clearly. But if you were to open the other door, it will set off the thing. Any of the doors now changing will set off the.
Okay.
So just so you know that, even if you left this door open and went over and opened the other door, it would set off the effect. You would imagine, because it takes two actions and both doors are still good. Yeah. So if you close it now, it'll do it. Or if you went back in the room and opened the other door or closed the door, it would set it off.
Gotcha. All right.
Or you just leave it. Sounds like what you're doing, but I just wanted to make sure that was clear. Yeah, so you can explore. Where do you want to go? Back to the room where the bearded guys are, or back up?
Yeah, I would say go back that way to see if we hear them or anything or see any sign of it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you can quietly creep down there, knowing that there was people there before. And did you want to listen to the door or anything?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
All right, so we'll do Colin first. And yeah, you guys all put your ear to the door. It sounds absolutely dead quiet. You don't hear anything.
Well, let's see what's in there.
Yeah, Vanessa will put the lantern kind of at the other side of the wall or whatever, where they'll still give off some light, and she'll take her shield and quietly pull her sword, and get ready for whatever's on the other side.
And all of a sudden, Cobalt runs by and grabs your lantern and keeps running.
Yeah.
That would be.
If you leave it in the hallway, it might be gone. I think that was the most devastating blow I could ever do to Crystal, was to have the Cobalt take the lantern.
Well, it's one of those things I just didn't expect it, because I mean, I guess because I've never done it, I've never done that. I mean, you put your lantern down all the time, and it was that was a brilliant fucking move. I'm pissed as shit, but that was brilliant.
Well, goblins or orcs wouldn't have taken the lantern, but kobolds, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But you didn't know they were kobolds, so that's the thing. You wouldn't have known. All right, so now you know. Okay, so you open up the door, and your shadows kind of dance around the room, and you can see actually, yeah, you see in the corner, you think you see a shadow moving, but there's no light source in here now, so the guys aren't in here clearly. And it looks like the room is like full of it's very dusty. There's like old bolts of cloth kind of stacked against the back. And as you're kind of looking around, you see that it's mostly your shadows, and also there's some dressmaker dummies, that have some like half-made dresses or were hanging off them, but they're all like falling to pieces now.
But it's most definitely the same room, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you got a pretty good look at it before. I mean, when you kind of like bring your brain back, and you would say it's the same room. Yeah. But they're not in here now, though. Of course, it's empty.
I have to ask, are there any footprints? Are there any sign they were here?
Oh yeah, I mean, this place is covered in dust. I mean, you can definitely see that like there was a lot of like human type footprints in here.
Like
What's weird though about it is that they seem very old. Like as you're looking at it, you're like, yeah, there's footprints all over the floor, but they're like half of them are like refilled with dust, almost like they've been here for a long time, even though clearly you just saw 6 guys in here.
I want to look at my companions and stuff. Like, does anyone like look older or anything like that?
No, I mean, not that you can determine.
Is my armor fitting any weird?
No. It is not.
This isn't that, yeah.
I want to go in and look at some of the mannequins or whatever, to see, do they, once you look at them, do they look more like flesh-like, like they're, you can tell they actually are mannequin type.
Yeah. So you go in and check them out. No, they're clearly dressmakers mannequins. A lot of them don't even have heads. They're literally just the butts and the there's a couple that have heads because they like hats on them and things. But yeah, as you look at them, they don't seem to be any kind of made out of flesh or anything like that.
Don't have any features or anything.
No, they definitely have no features. However, as you're looking around, something catches your eye, and you actually see a pincushion sitting there, and stuck into the pincushion is a needle. And as you're kind of looking at it, you can like all the other needles in there are like rusted, and this particular needle, when you pick it up, you see it's made out of platinum. Platinum needle. It's worth 15 gold pieces, I bet.
Nice. I'm having that. Let's see. Platinum needle.
Yeah, might need it.
I love the description. It says
some wounds.
Metal needles are very rare, and platinum ones even rarer.
Huh.
Who knows? We might need to stab somebody in the eye with it. So
Yeah.
we will keep that.
We might need to stitch up some wounds with it.
Right.
Beautiful
Definitely.
platinum.
I mean, if you guys want to carry it,
Yeah, you can carry it. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess I guess Vanessa puts her shield away and her sword away again, and she takes the lantern so that we can see in here better. Okay. Vanessa says like she says, I want to go back down and shut that door now. I want to see what happens. Like if we shut it and then open it again, I want to see what happens.
You want to shut it?
Yeah, like, no, I don't want to stand in it. I just want to like shut the door and see if we hear anything or, because like, I mean, these dust prints look old. You said like they look like they've been partially filled in. I don't think we went down anywhere. I think we like, I don't know. This sounds so silly, but we went like maybe through time.
Well, perhaps. But if you shut it again, what does...
I don't know. I just want to see what happens if we're not standing in it and we shut it. And now I'm just curious now.
Okay.
This is what makes you an adventurer.
Yep, let's do it. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, you go up and close the door. Click, closes. You don't notice anything immediately. The door's closed, though, of course. You definitely hear that sound, that mechanical sound of it, like clasping in. But other than that, nothing seems to like unusual in the hallway, or nothing happens to you guys. That you can tell, anyways.
We don't hear the guys come.
Nope.
Okay.
And then Vanessa's going to open it again.
Mm-hmm. All right, you open it. You hear that same clicking sounds as it sets itself. The room appears as it did when you looked at it before. 2 doors, the one you're looking from, the one across the way, and the fireplace.
Let's open another door.
You want to go in and open the far door?
Yeah, I want to go in and open another door. Let's see what else happens.
Colin, do you want to come with us?
He's a little apprehensive. He's like, well, we could. What if one of you goes over there, Vanessa? What if you go over and open that door and we stand in this doorway?
I mean, I'm afraid that if we don't all enter the room together, we may not be able to get back together again.
That's also my fear.
That could be true, of course, but if both doors are open, but yes, well, let's all go in and you open the door. That's fine.
Before you open the door, is there anything weird about the fireplace? Can I examine the fireplace? Anything weird about the ashes? Anything weird about the wood?
No, I mean, actually, it looks like it's been like cleaned out, which is maybe unusual. Most of the stuff in here is looking pretty, nobody's been here for whatever, 50 years, 100 years, however long depending on what legend you believe. But this actually looks like it's been cleaned out like pretty recently. Like it's actually a nice clean fireplace with several logs sitting there, ready to burn, but nothing, no dust in it, no ashes. It's just clean.
And it's good, clean wood. The logs are,
Yep.
Not all okay.
Except for the purple moss, and that was good.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. And I fall over unconscious again. All right. I will mention that to them that it looks a little strange, but if we're here to see this, let's see what happens if you open that other door.
Yep. So yeah, Vanessa will walk up and open the other door.
Okay, so just for clarity, where's everybody else standing when this happens?
I'm probably by the fireplace.
Okay.
I'm going to say Colin's going to stand over by the fireplace also.
Okay. Yeah, so you open the door, and when you do, like instantly, like in a blink of an eye, the other door closes, like as you open it, like it closes. Yeah, you feel this like uneasy feeling, like you all feel like you're about to throw up. Almost like the room is starting to vibrate really bad. And then you kind of shake your head. And yeah, I mean, you feel fine. You're looking into a small room, about 10 foot by 10 foot. It is, let's see, this very small chamber is more of a passageway than a room. It is very cramped, and there are several sets of empty shelves on the wall. So it's 10 foot by 10 foot room, shelves on the wall, empty. Directly across from you on the other wall, so you're coming, you're standing at you're looking, I should say, to the west. So across the room on the west is another door.
Vanessa's going to go up to it and listen.
Okay. Let's see. See what's on the other side. That is. You guys went around a loop, so you're going backwards. You hear the sound of some people talking. Man, it's muffled, but you hear talking.
Vanessa's gonna look at the other two, and she's gonna like point at the door, and then she's gonna like make mouthing sounds with her mouth to let them know that she hears people talking.
I will like say, I'm making the motion. You guys can't see me. Like I come back into the room motion. Don't open that door, kind of a thing.
Yeah, Vanessa will come back, and she's gonna stay quiet, of course. And she's gonna say like, quietly, like, I heard people on the other side. Like, did it sound like humans?
Yeah, you would think so.
Like, it sounds like humans, but
What does the fireplace look like?
You mean the fireplace you already looked at?
Yeah, I just want to know if it's changed since we've opened the door.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, that's what I was just
It's the
making
same. Okay, yeah, all right, just making sure.
Yep.
Okay,
Well, why don't you close this door, Vanessa? And then let's go open the one we come through and see what happens.
okay,
That's the spirit calling.
let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. You can close that door. When you close it and open the other one, actually, when you close it, you feel it goes. You have the darkness thing happen again.
Okay.
You feel like the floor drops. It gets very dark, and then all of a sudden it's normal again.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if you were to open that other door, you're looking into that hallway again. You know, your spear's still there. If you're looking for your spear, you're not finding it.
Vanessa's gonna. No, she wants to go back down to that door where they saw the dust and everything. She'll listen first to make sure she doesn't hear anything on the other side.
Okay. Yep, you don't hear anything.
And then she's gonna open the door.
Okay, you open the door. I mean, you see that room again with the bolts of cloth.
Right.
There's nobody in there. It's not occupied at all. Yeah.
She looks on the ground for footprints, and
Yeah, you can see the footprints are there, and they are actually still more or less how you saw them, except they're even more dusty.
okay.
So there's no additional footprints. These ones just look older now.
Well,
Yeah, I think every time we open that door, every time I think we're going further and further through time. That's what I think. I mean, I don't know how else to explain that these footprints keep getting dustier, and no one's here, and
yeah, the evidence would definitely support you. I think we should probably continue on if that's what we want to do. Because if we keep opening the door, I'm afraid, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll say forget about this silliness and we'll just continue on. Let's head the way that we heard the heavy armored people coming from.
I think you're probably correct, Colin. I'm just afraid we'll end up just keep going further and further back. And
Wonder how far we've gone.
well, I'm still gold, so
You are still cold.
If I check the footprints and how much dust is gathered, can I get any kind of estimation of how long it's been?
I mean, you don't really know how much dust would gather in this space, so it would be very difficult for you to figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it was your own home, then you could come back to it, but you've never seen this space before, so I think that would be very difficult to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say you can't really tell. I mean, if your theory is right, then yeah, then that it would line up that there's dust here. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna keep opening and close the door. Maybe it'll be like the time machine where he ends up at the end of time, like the Earth is dying.
Yeah.
right.
You're gonna come out.
And we got to collect 7 artifacts.
Exactly.
So actually, yeah, it wouldn't be back in time. It would be forward.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So you go back towards the direction that the plate mail people were coming. It goes down a bit and then goes to the north, but the northern route it's just basically like an up down. So you go north for just 10 feet, then you go east for 30 more feet, then you go south. And as you start walking down the southern corridor, about 40 feet down on the west wall is a door. But if you go past it another 30 feet, the corridor turns to the east again.
Another door.
Got to stop at the door.
And
Always
make sure
got
it's not
to.
trap.
I will do find traps again, but I've been so good at that, you guys.
You are good at it. It's your specialty. This is another false door with a trap.
False door, guys. Nope.
Okay. Cool.
So you go past it and you kind of go to the east about 30 feet. Then it goes down and it turns to the south. You start heading down, and about 40 feet down, there's a door on the west wall. And just as you get to that door, you can see further down the hallway to the south that there's another door on the west wall. So you've got a door on the west wall, then about 40 or so feet further down, there's another door. And also, if you were to go to past that door, there's the hallway itself goes to the west. So you basically have three western ways to go: either door number 1, door number 2, or hallway.
Door number 1.
Door number 1, find
One.
find
All
traps.
right. You guys are, efficient. You can't pass up any doors. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any traps in the here. I don't think. Actually, I say that, but I actually should check the room to make sure there's actually not a trap.
I'm glad I took that one, actually.
Yeah, it's good for this module. Yeah.
But I didn't
Okay.
take hide and shadows. That wouldn't work though. I'm all glittery.
Yes, definitely would not. You don't. There's no traps on the door. It's a normal door.
Normal door locked or anything? No.
It is unlocked.
I will say it is unlocked. Shall I open the door?
Let's check the
Yes.
other door first to make sure.
No, I say we go on in, because if there's something in there, they would have hurt us, and we don't want them coming up behind us.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, good strategy. Yeah, so you open up the door, and box text. Sand covers almost the entire floor of this once lavishly decorated room. Glints of silver may be seen in the sand near the center of the room. So let me actually read this whole room. Let's see. So you've got a room that is roughly 50-foot square. You're coming in the southeast corner of the 50-foot square room. On the south wall, about 20 feet in, is a door, going south, of course. You don't see any other doors. The room itself is filled with sand. Oh, cool. Okay. What you guys want to do? I'm sorry, I'm just reading the room. It's a very long description of sand.
It's
just
covered
like,
with sand and there's silver sparkles in the sand.
Yeah. It's like there's sand in this room. That probably could be written in a lot shorter. Yeah, it's basically almost looks like a sand dune. Like there's just sand like waving and filling the
And
space.
how big is the room, roughly, you said?
50-foot square.
Oh, wow, pretty big.
Big room.
Yeah, there's a lot of sand in here. And you would think that the sand is probably, because you open the door and some pour it out, it's like maybe like anywhere from a foot to about 3.5 feet deep from what you could tell.
I say we just spread out and start walking across the room to see if we see anything, any of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like spread out 10 feet apart or whatever,
And start,
Yeah, I
like,
guess so. Sounds good.
Yeah, why not? It's like going to the beach.
A question:
metal
if I pick up
detector?
the sand, if I pick up some sand and start scraping my arm, does it get the gold off? Like the abrasiveness? Just a question. Just ask.
No.
Okay.
It's actually now. It hurts and like your skin's getting red, and you see that it's you're still glitter.
Okay.
The good thing is there's no glitter where you're wearing clothes. So when you finally take your armor off, you'll have no glitter there.
So I'll just have glittery like extremities. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's probably looks like your hands and face, really. It's in your hair.
Right.
Anyways, yeah. So you guys can look around. Let's everybody roll a d6, I guess.
Okay.
1.
Hey.
5.
Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to get to the 6. 2.
2. Fantastic. Okay. I want to call you Hildy. I don't know why. I think your name is Hildy, even though I know it's not. Daphne.
Daphne?
Daphne.
Hildy, that's odd.
Yeah, there was an NPC name. Anyways, Hildy. I just got stuck in my head because I guess Edie. Or anyways, roll a d8.
D8. Okay. 2.
Okay, and now roll a d20.
D20. 12.
Okay. Yeah, you can't find anything. Like you spend some time in here digging around, you don't find anything. Colin, you actually find a jade ring. You're finding all kinds of rings. A jade
Wow.
ring with dragons carved into it.
Oh
Ooh.
man.
It looks quite valuable.
Yeah,
And
he'll put it on his other hand, his other ring finger on his other hand, just see if it does anything.
nice. Yeah, you put it on. It doesn't seem to have any kind of effect as far as you can tell, except that, but it is, I mean, especially being a dwarf, you would notice it is quite valuable. Vanessa, you find a pouch, and it has some coins in it: 10 gold pieces, 8 silver pieces, and 9 copper pieces. Otherwise, you know what you do find actually, Daphne,
Yes.
is you find some strands of tiny dancing bells on delicate chains. Like you'd
Like
my
belly
dancing
dancing type stuff?
Yeah.
Tiny dancing.
Yeah, they're made of silver. They don't seem to have a lot of value, but it is what it is. The jingle, I mean, it might be useful. You could have been good
Now
for your
I'm
trap
gold
piece.
and I jingle. This is a great thief I have here.
Well, I mean, if you for your trap you were setting earlier, it might be good to have jingle bells.
It might have been good to have jingle bells. Yep. Yeah, that would have been really good.
I mean, you can probably wrap them in something so they won't jingle unless you want them to.
Yeah, I have some cloth. I would, I was going to use it to cover my face earlier, so I would just wrap them up so they don't, so I'm not a golden jingly party member.
Jingly thief.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I didn't catch how much money all that was. It was 10 gold.
Yep, 10 gold, 8 silver, and 9 copper. It's like a little belt pouch.
All right.
Made of leather. Okay, so you've basically searched the room pretty thoroughly. Bring wandering monsters now. And you've got the door that you came through, of course. Then you have one other door to the south if you wanted to check that out.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would if everybody else
Yep.
wants to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this room is 20 foot east-west. It is 40 foot north-south. Let me just quickly check this. The first thing you notice are tapestries hanging on all 4 walls and many couches circling around a 5-foot wide decorative wheel that is painted on the floor. Various pillows of many sizes, now musty and falling apart, are scattered randomly about the room. Crushed and punctured wine goblets are piled into one corner of the room. In another corner of the room stands a small lap harp that has no strings. Candle holders, a few of which are very decorative, sit on small tables, almost the size of stools near each couch. Boy, I read that with really no emotion at all. So it looks like a very nice, sitting chamber where people maybe were partying.
Mm.
Couches are made of marble. The candle holders are silver. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it looks like there was probably people in here resting, and this will be like a relaxation room where you drink wine and meet guests and stuff like that.
Does the harp appear to be just looking at it without walking up to it quite yet? Does it appear to be dust covered, or does it appear to be like it was just sitting there today?
The harp it's made of crystal. It does actually have some dust on it. So at first you saw it and you thought maybe it wasn't, it was just made out of wood, or maybe not wood, but stone or whatever. But as you look at it, it's actually made of crystal, and there's a slight coating of dust on it. And there's no strings on it.
Yeah, Colin's going to go look at it closer, examine it.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
while he's doing that, Vanessa's going to go grab those candles holders.
Oh, excellent. Okay. There's 7 of them. They're made of silver, and they're worth 50 gold pieces apiece.
I'm taking them all.
Nice.
I would look at the tapestries, see what.
All right. Let me check. The harp, let me just do that while I'm looking at it. As you kind of look at it and you're seeing there's no strings, and maybe you kind of put your hands near it or whatever, when you bring your hands near where the string should be, beautiful music plays.
Oh wow!
So it's
Nice.
and it's quite calming. So it's clearly some kind of a magical harp.
But it's pretty big though, right?
No, it's little.
Oh,
It's a I think it is. Hold on, I thought it said it was little.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's either a hand harp or one of those giant ones.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was just picturing, like one of those
A
big
lap
little
harp.
harps.
Yeah, it's a lap harp, so it's little. It's like, well, I mean, it's not tiny, but it's it's little. You put it on your knee and play it. It's not like a big. So yes, you could carry it. I mean, it's something you could carry. It's not small, but it's not huge either. It's easily carried.
Yeah, he's gonna sling it on his back and is thinking maybe, something that they
Yeah.
probably should take with them.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so the tapestries are they are mostly showing, and you would probably know this just from some of the legends of the land and stuff. They're probably showing the landscape as it was back when the princess was alive and ruling the land. So basically, you see animals in glades, and you see elves and dwarves and humans all kind of working together and having feasts, and everybody's happy. So it's basically just pastoral scenes.
Okay. Nothing behind them.
Well, I mean, actually, when the door you came through was kind of behind one.
Okay.
Not super much so. But yeah, they're the other door into this room, which of course you saw from the hallway, is kind of partially blocked by the tapestries, but not so much that it was actually hidden. It's just kind of the way it's positioned.
Okay.
But no other doors besides that. Yeah. Sorry, this room, one particular room has a lot of like light. Another room with a lot of text with like, okay, that's a lot of stuff. So yeah, so the harp is clearly some kind of magical device. You can definitely take the candlesticks. Nothing else really seems of value. Most of the stuff is falling apart. The marble couches are incredibly valuable, but they're also huge and heavy. So it's not something you'd be able to take out right now.
Okay.
Other than that, the room is pretty much empty. Yeah, so what do you want to do?
All right. Well, yeah. Should we continue on our way then? And
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I mean, it's basically a little after 11.
Yeah.
So as it turns out, if you continue down this next corner, this is actually the entrance to the next level. So this is probably actually a good place to stop.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, it's like literally stairways going up. So if we wanted to play more of this, we could just come back and pick up in this spot.
Oh yeah.
There is actually, we'll just start. I won't even describe the room. We'll just start in this room because it's a little bit, the stuff you're going to want to do in here. But I think this is a good place to leave. Because as you turn the corner, I'll just tell you what's there and then we'll stop. A statue of a small dragon ready for flight is leaning against the northeast corner of this partly carved out room. A set of stairs going up is in the north wall. The whole room appears to have been cut from the living rock instead of built from rocks brought in from mountain quarries. This area is not made of marble. You see a statue, you see stairs going up. Also chained in the center of this room is a large bear. So at that, I think we're probably good for the day. Oh, and also, I'm sorry, in front of the large statue of the dragon is a small statue of the dragon, about the same statue, basically about 9 inches tall, carved from what appears to be a solid ruby. So that is the dwarf's eyes probably go.
Yeah, the thieves' eyes too. Yeah.
Yeah, and we will leave it at that because that's awesome. Thanks, guys. That was I don't know the model show, but that was Palace of Princess Orange Edition, and maybe we'll finish it because I'm having a lot of fun. So thanks, guys.